Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Tales of the Lich One Shots. Uh, Today, we're doing a quick little one in the continent of Fasil, where the brave adventurers are showing up in the town of High Meadows, a small village close to the borders of Fremen within Ithril. Joining us today, we have Lady Knight. If you'd like to describe your character.
Okay, I am a Kenra. I'm a little under 7 feet tall. Got long snout. I halfway to snarling constantly. It's my resting face. Dark full, pointed ears. One of them has like a little nick on the right side from getting a little too close to somebody's knife. My studded armor, I have a pair of Kapesh blades, one on each hip, and several daggers bolted to one thigh. I'm trailing behind my twin.
Yes, and that is me. I am, in terms of size and looks, I look very similar to my twin. However, I am completely black, with a light tattoo, so it's lighter than my normal color, wrapping around my arm. I also have a gold band that's almost digging into my head. It's a thin gold band that just wraps around my black fur. And I don't quite have the scowl that my twin has.
And next, we have James, the Tauren one. Who are you playing today?
My character's name is Grom. I am an 8'7" bugbear, and I'm weighing upwards of 400 pounds. I have a heavy-set tangle of fur, big hulking face, and I have a patch of fur that is remarkably gray that looks almost like a unibrow. I am wearing very ill-fitting plate mail. I'm a little bit too big for it, and I have a massive glaive strapped to my back.
Fantastic. And Justin, who are you playing today?
I'm playing Rufus, who is a tabaxi, standing at about 6 feet. Sub-race of tabaxi would be Sphinx Cat. He's got very short white hair. Doesn't wear any armor, but he is wearing a very ratty cloak. And if you're wondering what a Sphinx light is like, I'll drop that into the game chat.
Fantastic. I will bring that up. And lastly, Boots, who are you playing today?
I'm playing a little tiny old lady named Agnes with sweet little glasses and a little hunch. But for some reason, she's smoking. That's it.
Sounds good. So, together, all of you end up finding yourselves at the town of High Meadows. It's a small village with not too big of a population. For whatever reason it is that brought you here, it's a very nice, warm sort of day. Sun is still high in the sky as we're turning in towards noon. There's been reports of villagers missing here, and for whatever reason, you are stuck here for the day. Would any of you have an inclination to help, or what do you think you would be doing today in this place of High Meadows? Again, we'll start with the twins.
Well, I personally think we should help out somehow. I don't know. Go around the shadows, try and see what we can find.
If you want to help, I am happy to follow your lead on this, my friend. I am mostly looking, though, for someone who isn't paying attention to their meal in the bar.
As per usual, just don't get any trouble.
Oddly enough, in said bar, you do find three characters that seem to stick out. A tabaxi, who fits in quite well, a human, which is quite rare in these parts of Fasil, as well as a hulking bugbear within this tavern. Who would you like to approach first?
Who is paying the least attention to their food? Or drink?
If anyone would like to weigh in, who between the three of you? If not, we'll say Grom.
I think I'm just completely ignoring everything and desperately trying to talk to someone big and scary at the bar. Just like an old lady annoying someone.
If you want, you could be annoying
Well-
Grom. He's probably the largest fellow, if you'd like to get into that conversation.
I'm going to nudge my twin and nod towards the old lady. I think she needs your help, brother.
You might be right. I suppose I walk over to her, and I just go up and I'm like, "Hey, is there anything I can help you with?"
Oh, I guess there is.
And what would that be?
Have you seen another human man? Probably looks like me, but very much younger and more fit. Brown hair in these parts.
Oh dear. Are you looking for someone in particular?
Yes, it's my boy.
I see. Well, I can help you look if you want.
Oh, I'd love that.
I guess I'll start walking around the bar, seeing if I find anybody that matches that description.
Roll a
I'm just
perception
like-
check.
Looming
Yep,
behind like a grumpy shadow.
Are you
Nat 20.
Nat 20? Looking
Why,
around.
why would I get it on this?
All right.
Now is
Alright,
the
calm
time
down.
to begin with the good rolls, eh? Well, looking
Yeah.
looking around this tavern, it's actually pretty quiet this day. Most people around here would be out at work, and there's only a few people that probably aren't from here. You notice a bugbear, a tabaxi, but the only human in here is indeed Agatha. Besides that, there's another tabaxi behind the bar. He's currently away scrubbing some dishes. He looks, like he's surveying the scene, much the same as you, but probably not with the same intensity or the same keen eye that you possess. Grom, what would you
Okay.
like to be doing?
Go and look for a friend.
Right, and Justin, what do you think Rufus is up to?
Absolutely tearing into a large lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever it is.
Okay, it's probably
Well-
lunch, nice pork and stuff set out before you with a tankard of ale off to the side, and you look fairly friendly probably towards Grom. And Grom, that is your friend.
While we are wandering around and I'm trailing after my twin, I would like to try and sleight of hand some really spicy pepper seeds onto the tabaxi's lunch.
Okay, well, you can roll a sleight of hand for that, and Rufus, if you could go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I want to also roll a perception check.
Go ahead.
22.
Yes, I hear you, Pop. Get in here.
8.
8, and Rufus,
Let's see, 10, 13, 16.
16. It's odd. Whatever food, this meat they gave you is insanely spicy, but it still might be in your palate. That's completely up to you and what sort of taste you think Rufus would have.
I take a big jug of ale and then dig into it even harder.
Just trying to stir up a little bit of trouble, but it isn't working.
While you guys are around here, so just checking names. Agnes, do you think you'd be joining this group or still staying off to your side, kind of looking around, still trying to find someone to help you?
Oh, I'm waddling with them.
You're waddling with them? Well, while you guys are around this table, the barkeep does kind of put down the dishes he's working with, and he comes around towards you guys, and he just goes, are you guys staying the night for a little while here, or what exactly brings you to High Meadows? I should warn you, if you do stay, it's probably best to have a room and stay off the streets at night. Odd folk around, and some people have been missing towards the south, they say, particularly around the butcher's shop.
Mom is looking for work.
Well, I understand that we have quite a bit of work. Again, with the whole people missing, we're looking actually for kind of investigators or something like that. There's been a few posters around, such as in Lake Meadows and stuff. I was actually kind of hoping perhaps some of you came from there, had any news from there, if there is help coming.
We are the help.
Yeah, what do you think, Merit Keck? We could use the gold.
I'm in for the coin.
I heard this one.
Eh? New town, new adventure.
I heard this one, and he gestures towards Agnes, and he goes, I actually think your son was here not too long ago. A human, you said? Similar in looks to you, I assume, but he went missing about 2 days ago after he stopped by here. Spirited fellow.
Well, that's impossible. He died years ago.
Oh. Well, I don't
You
mean
said you were just looking for him.
If he's dead, why do you have us looking for him?
Are you looking for him? Wait.
No, you're looking for him.
I'm looking for him.
I just look at Merit Keck and like take my fingers in a circle towards my head, just like loopy loopy.
I like nod slowly. I want to whisper to you, just like Grandma before she died.
I laugh a little bit.
the Tabaxi also looks quite taken aback at this stuttering revelation as he kind of stumbles over his next few words in an attempt to save face. Well, I mean, perhaps it was a different human then, my mistake. But anyways, about that work, if you guys want, you could start looking towards the south, and if you find anything, you could take it perhaps to the keep. I imagine Lord Viral, or perhaps Lady Bruix, would be willing to give you some pay if you look into it, or perhaps even the guard captain. Hendrik, he's a bit of a bulldog-looking fellow. But
They should be easy to spot then, very much the military type.
obviously, he is quite a man of stature, and the other ones, of course, would be in the keep to the north, but with that in mind, do you guys want a room, more food? Any gestures towards the ham that Rufus is tying into?
I am hungry. I would like some ham. How much?
For you, and such a fine patron, perhaps but a silver.
Sold.
And he nods and he scurries away from the group off to probably go get some ham.
So, Merit Keck, what do you think? How do you think we should do this? I know you're
I
probably
think-
just gonna run around the south of the town until you run into somebody.
They mentioned the blacksmith. I say we go rummaging through everything they own. I do love a good rummage sale.
Now, brother, remember what happened at the last town you did that in?
I remember you got the keys for me.
And I also remember we're not
Communicating.
allowed in that town anymore.
I'm looking for work. Need bodyguard?
Would be useful.
Grom's
neither of
father
us are
wanted to
particularly
be fighter.
prudent.
Grom wanted to be dancer.
Why didn't you follow your dreams?
Grom has Achilles' heel.
I'm so sorry.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm gonna gesture to my twin brother. Look at this fine specimen. A wonderful magic user. Dumber than me.
Grom also no fit in tutu. Very sad.
I'm gonna pat you on the shoulder. Don't worry. I'll find one big enough for you. Even if I have to steal 3 of them to make it.
You've Grom's friend. And with that, Grom's gonna give a little slap on the table and wait for the barkeep.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my ham as well. I'm hungry.
Yeah, almost as if on cue, he does appear, and it seems as though he has a few plates, and he starts shuffling them around on the table, and he pulls a few seats together so all of you can be seated together at one table. And he goes, I hope everything is to your liking. Will you be taking the job then? Should I be expecting you back? Should I prepare rooms, or...
Work here, good.
You're
This
good?
is the only inn in town.
Yeah, might as well. Have a place to start our operations.
Where
So
start?
I'm going to crouch
Secure
on top
room
of
to
the chair
talk.
instead of sit on it, because I am not a civilized cat person.
Out of curiosity, how tall is the roof in this establishment?
For you, it's definitely a little low. It's probably about 7.5 feet.
So,
So I am
yeah,
perpetually
like
in a-
touching the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I'm perpetually in a crouch.
Yes, indeed. It's not the most comfortable thing, but you know, with great height comes many problems.
Many back pains. So, Grom not too smart. Where do we start?
Well, I'd say blacksmith definitely, but how should we go about it? I think we should be stealthy at first.
Grom shake man and tell
Stealthy?
tell.
That sounds like a job for me, brother.
I suppose.
What about naked cat and little lady?
Cats are usually
Well, I
pretty
don't know how
stealthy.
this cat got out of my house, but I gotta get it back.
And the old lady, do you have any skills?
Skills? Well, a few years ago, I killed a spider, and all the little baby spiders came running out.
Oh shit, I've
and
seen
I
that
didn't catch
before.
'em.
I'm
Yeah.
no like spiders.
That's pretty badass.
So, if I can kill baby spiders, I feel like I could go on a stealth mission. Same thing.
I like your enthusiasm. What's your name again?
Well, I'm Agnes. This little cat over here is Fluffy. I don't know how he keeps getting out.
I call you
Yes,
Egg.
Your cat?
Yeah.
Is this true? I look at the tabaxi and ask him, "Is this true?"
Right about now, I finally finish shoveling food into my face and lean back and just go, whoa. Hey, when do all you guys get here?
Grom understand. And he's just gonna reach down and pat his little portly belly.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, at least we
You
have
get it?
3 members who understand what stealth mission means. One of them being the old lady that killed a spider.
I will
I guess
grab.
that's a team.
What? Still?
I'll grab
Oh, yeah.
blacksmith and shake till tell.
I like this one's problem-solving abilities.
Hasn't let Grom down before.
I imagine it hasn't.
So, start now? Start later?
I still want my ham.
Your ham was delivered to you already.
No,
It's
well,
sitting there on the table in front of you.
then I'm
Even
digging
Grom
in
see
like,
that.
like imagine a very hungry dog eating a ham. That's me right now.
No hands, all face.
Yes, correct.
Careful, bro. That's spicy.
I'm gonna lean across the table and just give the naked tabaxi a good sniff.
I sniff him back?
I also sniff the tabaxi and kind of am off
Where,
put by it.
Where's the rest of you?
What do you mean, man? I'm like all here, mostly.
I'm gonna rip out. I'm gonna reach down to my arm and rip out a big chunk of fur, and then just put it over the Tabaxi's head like a little shitty tupa.
Do I smell anything particular on the tabaxi? I should probably have decent smell because I'm like a jackal-headed animal.
His breath is surprisingly spicy. Like you almost like you feel like a few tears starting to well up as he like talks in this slow, measured tone, and his breath kind of wafts over you. But besides the overpowering spice, not too much.
I just glare at Meritkek.
You can't prove anything.
What?
Well,
I'm getting bored.
I
I
guess,
scream at man now.
let's go. Yeah, let's go start checking out the south, the blacksmith.
Grom is gonna get up very hastily and like bash his head off the ceiling and go.
I am going to book it out of the door first. Like, I am excited. And as soon as I go, I'm gonna hide in the crowd.
Okay.
So we go now.
Yes, I suppose. I think somebody already made that decision for us.
Grom need to shake.
I desperately start just trying to follow my twin.
Okay.
God
Wait.
damn it, not again.
Wait, where are we going?
I'm gonna follow
Just-
out my dogs.
To the blacksmiths.
They keep getting out.
The blacksmith.
Grom is gonna walk.
Ooh.
Grom is gonna exit the inn and then walk back in quite quickly and just grab the plate of food with his just like the raw ham with his hand and just start shoveling into his face. He's walking down the street.
Before I leave, I flick a silver at the barkeep.
He like tries to catch it, but he has it last in his hand and like kind of fumbles it. But you know, he looks a little smooth and like he holds it up as he like straightens his posture. It's like, thank you, good luck. With that, you guys make your way out of the grazing meadows inn, down, making your way through the winding streets. The city it's built roughly in a circle with a ring road going around it. So most roads tend to lead where you go, winding as monotonous as they are. Much in the same fashion of the lazy river that kind of works its way through here, snake backing back and forth. You guys make your way through a dirt path across a stone bridge, and before you know it, you're at what seems to be a blacksmith's place. You hear the ting of a hammer crashing against metal, and above it you see the words "The Farmer's Help" with the picture of a plow underneath. Seems to be a dwarf there, hunched back away from you, and he walks away, and then you see the actual blacksmith, much larger. He seems to be a minotaur, but covered in head to toe in black hair, and he's currently moving an impressive amount of armor and weight from one anvil over to the work table.
Do the sneaky rogue thing, and I'm going to try to sneak my way into the house.
I'm just gonna straight approach the Minotaur.
Okay, I'll need a stealth check from you. Justin, what are you doing? And then Agna will ask after that.
Justin said he'll be AFK for a moment.
AFK, alright, so then we get to Agnes. What are you doing during this?
I think probably talking to a post nearby.
Egg, what doing?
Alright, so you kind of end up off to the side in your own little world. Meanwhile, Grom, you do approach this blacksmith. What would you like to say?
Big hands, strong hands. We're missing people.
I know.
If I knew, they wouldn't be missing, would they? So he dumps this stuff down below him and starts sorting through the pile in front of him.
And Grom will just turn away frustrated.
Do you mind if I join in?
Yeah,
I
you.
figure distracting him while I know my twin is doing something mischievous in the back is a good idea. So.
Okay. What did you get for your stealth? You can roll with advantage.
With advantage?
Yeah, you're getting a distraction thanks to your.
So the first time I rolled a 19, and the second time I rolled a 20, so I've got 29.
Okay. And what sort of mischief are you looking for, Moquette?
I'm looking for Minotaur mischief within the house. I am rummaging through all of the belongings within.
Alright, you can roll an investigation check, and I'll get back to you. So what would you like to say to distract this Minotaur from your troublesome twin?
I'm sorry about my friend here. We're trying to figure out what happened with the missing villagers, and is there any evidence that's been left behind? Any sort of clues that you know of?
Do me a favor and roll a persuasion check.
All right. Oh my God, nat 20.
Not 20. Right, he kind of looks around as he leans in and goes, your friend's a little weird, and he looks over his, well, not over him because he's so tall, but around him, and he sees like the old lady you walk towards currently having a spirited argument with what seems to be a lamppost. And then he like focuses back on you and goes, you're an odd group, but for some reason I find myself trusting you. I don't really know what's going on. There's been quite a few people disappearing to the south, but there's rumors that some of them are ending up back at the keep, or people are just being dragged away by the guards every now and again, but just keeping
Back
my
at the
head down and
keep.
staying out of trouble. But you also hear weird sounds that night to the south, particularly around the butcher shop. But
Interesting. At the keep, you say? Well, I'll make sure not to say that I spoke with you.
And he glances over his shoulder at the dwarf that walked away, and he goes, that one there, he's actually the butcher. He came down here to get his knives sharpened, but should be heading back to the butcher shop soon. Keep your eyes on him. And he just kind of like
Thank you for that.
straightens his posture and looks around.
Last thing. Thank you for that. I give him a silver. I'm trying to distract him for a few more seconds because I saw he was looking around.
Yeah. All right. What did you get for your investigation?
I got a 17.
17. So you sneak your way behind him as he's distracted, and then as soon as it goes to break, your twin intervenes, and then intervenes again as you get into this house, and you see this through like just the crack of the door that you've kind of left open, not wanting to make a sound as you closed it. Going through, you don't really find anything too good, but there seems to be what seems to be an odd little mace, but you haven't seen anything like it. It seems to be Fremen design based on the gas tank and a couple of nozzles off to the side of it. Looks unique and probably would grab your interest.
Anything in... So it's like some Fremen like thing with a gas tank on it?
Yeah, imagine a blowtorch. If you were to use it, it would act as a mace with 1d6 bludgeoning damage and another 1d6 fire damage, as long as it was turned on.
How heavy does it look?
Probably about 3 pounds, 4 pounds.
I'm gonna leave it for now, but make a mental note that he has that.
Okay.
Just in case.
Besides that, there's probably some blacksmith tools here and there, and maybe a few like rations and stuff, but it seems like he keeps a pretty simple home, with his work being the most consuming aspect of his life.
Okay. With a passive 16 perception, would I have heard the conversation going on outside?
Yes, and you even at this moment hear your twin in a bit of a panicked tone trying to pick up this conversation again, thanking the guy for the second time. And
I'm going to slip out a window on the other side and go follow the butcher who's leaving.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for that, and then we'll probably... Agnes, if you want to do anything, let me know. If not, I will jump back to Grom and... Cement.
26.
No, I think I'd just be looking for the animals.
Okay. You can roll a perception check if you'd like.
Okay, 3.
3. You start looking around and you think the pole just said something about your mother, and you're dragged right back into that spirited conversation one more time, unwilling to give ground to an inanimate object.
I'm gonna cast create bonfire under it.
Right.
Okay, I like her.
Does it
I
take
like her.
any components or anything like that, or is it
No, I
like
can
just a
use my,
quick little thing?
Yeah, I mean it's concentration, but it's instant.
No, fair enough. So with that, you focus your powers, indeed taking it to a more personal level as a small fire appears underneath this thing. Are you sticking around by this, or are you planning to get some distance?
No, I'm just gonna walk away like nothing happened.
All right. Grom and Samet, at this moment, you hear the sound of crackling wood behind you. As you turn just in time to see this lamppost slowly going up in fire as the flames curl higher and higher up the wooden structure, and you see Agnes about 30 to 40 feet walking away.
Grom is going to panic and go. And then
Oh, sorry.
and then he's going to attempt to kick the pole away from the fire
Roll a strength check and
with the flat of his foot.
what do you want to
no,
do, Samet?
don't.
That's a 16 plus 3, so that is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. And Samet, what are you doing?
Obviously, because this is a blacksmith, there's gonna be like a quenching bucket. I'm gonna grab that quenching bucket and fucking throw it at the fire.
So you run towards this bucket at the same time you hear timber snap, and you turn around just in time to see this pole like snap off about where the fire has gone up and the structure has weakened a little bit. And you see it's like just slowly rolling down the hill as if it's chasing after Agnes, intent on revenge. Agnes, you hear this weird rumbling sound from behind you.
I'll just keep walking.
Can you roll a dex save?
Oh boy.
A 5.
A 5. You again hear that same taunt about your mother at the same time your ankles are taken out from under you and you end up sprawling on your back. And as you like right yourself a little bit, looking down, you see the pole still running after it's doing its successful drive-by at your poor old ankles.
Alright, I'm gonna start screaming at it.
Okay. Rufus, are you back yet or no? Not yet? Alright, we will continue. We will drop
I
over...
think he,
Oh, sorry. No, I am here.
You are back. I will give you my attention for a moment if there's anything you'd like to add to this scene. If not, I will jump over to Meerkat.
I've just been sitting by calmly watching all of this and very slowly, carefully packing a long pipe with a absurdly long stem. Oh shit, I forgot my fire.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, he's probably close enough, and I don't think he's being sneaky about it.
I know Firebolt is a cantrip.
You mind?
I mean, we're already burning shit around here, so why not? I just Firebolt on the ground so we can, like, light it.
Thanks, man. You know, you guys are like a really weird group.
Yeah, I've
hard
come
to
to realize that as well.
It's kind of groovy. I like it.
Where do you think you four would be going next? Are you staying together or going to split up, do you think?
I'm gonna kind of try and see if I can follow where my twin went, where Maritkek went,
Okay.
because he did kind of just
Vanish.
vanish out of there.
Grom hadn't gotten any information from the Minotaur, so he's going to be sulking around the area.
Okay. Alright, so Agnes and Rufus, are you guys just going to stick around as well and see if you can give Samita help with what he's doing, or do you have other ulterior motives besides fighting poles?
I just want to know what the Minotaur is doing right now. He's like, oh my god, what the fuck did you do in my shop?
Well, it was across the street, lucky for him. So he's just kind of like, it looks like he's gone back inside as if to end the interaction with the strange group currently outside of his shop. But you can see him in his window keeping a watchful eye on you guys until you move on.
Just in case you decide to burn down his shop next.
Yes, in case his is next on the hit list.
I give them a friendly wave.
Right. Okay. You have successfully eluded your party, and you've been following the dwarf for a little bit, and sure enough, he goes across the street a few times, not too far away, and he goes into what seems to be a small shop. On the edge of town, you can tell why as you get closer, as the scent kind of comes up towards you, wafting along the winds. What's your plan?
I'm gonna start casing the joint.
Alright, roll me a perception check. And Samit, can you roll an investigation or survival check to try to figure out where your twin went? I'll give you advantage as
Absolutely.
you've dealt with this your whole life.
Yep. That'll definitely be
24.
investigation. 13.
13. They're a little bit trickier than you have seen last time, but there's still a pattern you managed to pick up, and it seems to be a heavy footsteps of a dwarf and another lighter footsteps that are almost unseen. But you know deep down where this is headed.
Okay. Yeah, like I noticed the dwarf footsteps, so I kind of follow that, but I keep a pretty good distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moquette, you're looking around. This guy definitely, it's more of a closed-in shop, except around the back where he just has a small picket fence, and you can see various pizzas of like a trough where he's put offcuts and stuff like that, and it looks like he also has some mulch and whatnot. It's not exactly a very well-kept place, but you also notice what seems to be a few entrances to this place. There's a window, there's the front door, and then there also seems to be a cellar that looks like it goes down into what would probably be a basement.
Is the cellar like inside the building, or is it just like in the yard?
It's outside. It looks like it's within that fenced-in area.
Okay. Do I see him like paying attention? Do I hear him moving around in the house, anything like that?
He's gone inside, and you haven't really been able to see too much of him. When you glance into the window briefly, you can see he's just... Looks like he's currently rearranging the knives that he's gotten from the blacksmith. He has them arrayed out. He's putting some on the wall. He's putting some in a block. And he's putting more in like certain drawers and stuff like that, as he looks like he's setting up for the day once again, even though it's a bit of a late start to the day.
I'm gonna go hide somewhere nearby, so that when I see my twin coming, I can just grab him and pull him into an alley.
Okay, again, almost as if in queue with, yeah, it seems to be exceptional timing. You do spot a tall bugbear off in the distance walking towards you. And you can tell he's probably the flagship for the rest of the group, given his impressive stature. And looking down a little bit, you do see a brother, as well as probably Agnes and Rufus, if you guys wanted to follow along. Or what do you think you two would be doing?
Hey, old lady. Why do you
Yes,
like?
Fluffy?
Why do you like kill that lamppost?
Well, Fluffy, sometimes extra-dimensional demons need sacrifices, so why not do it to the ones who hurt you most?
Cool.
I just turn my head and look back and immediately look forward.
As you look forward, you see just A quick flash is suddenly you're grabbed by your collar and tugged harshly into an alley.
Can I identify what tugged me?
Yes, it is your twin, looking at you down their canine face.
I've
Ah,
been at you all teeth. It smells something fierce in there, and I want to get inside that cellar right now.
You want in?
I want in quietly,
Why?
because it smells terribly, and I intend to burn it to the ground.
I break door. You go in.
Is
Later,
the door
later.
locked?
You break the door later.
Break lock.
Later. Break lock later, yes?
When is later?
When I tell you.
While you're having this discussion,
Okay.
Sammy wonders if the door is locked, and he walks over to the cellar door. He'd need to go around into the pen, but it doesn't seem to be locked at all. You think it's probably easy to open if you can gain access to the yard.
So it just
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's locked?
Yeah, it doesn't look locked. You can see, like, where it would be, where there's, like, a spot for a chain to go through. Because you
And there
need to
just
look.
isn't one.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably not locked.
All right.
Now, the butcher is inside, getting ready to do his job, so I can't break in yet. But if you can distract him for me...
I see. How about I go in and act as if I was a very wealthy customer and take up all his time?
Yeah, and I guess I can come with me. He seems good at lighting things on fire.
Yeah.
It won't be like that time in the bank, I promise.
All right, as long as we don't get caught this time. And I mean, hey, the
Right.
bugbear
Last
definitely
time?
has a big appetite. All right, so
Just buy him a lot of meat, take all your time.
yep, sounds good. All right, do you want to follow me, bugbear? What's your name again?
Wrong.
All right, do you want to follow me in?
I break things. Follow you.
Try not to break things. You might be able to eat some meat.
Rufus, which group would you rather follow? The canine and the bugbear, or the canine and the old lady?
Wait, what do you mean this time?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
What?
There was a bank, and sometimes some things are a little more flammable than people expect. And sometimes you read a book, and sometimes that book gives you magical powers that you aren't ready for. Isn't that right,
Ooh.
brother?
Yeah, that one was my bad.
Alright.
This is why we don't read books in public places anymore.
Rom can't read.
Don't worry, you shouldn't. It's a terrible pastime. Come on, Grandma, let's go for a walk.
Okay. Who
All
is
right, I guess I start going into the butcher shop.
Okay.
Whoever wants to follow me can.
Yeah, I'll wander into.
Okay, so the three of you are going into the butcher shop. We'll start with you guys, then we'll jump back to Marquette and Agnes. As you guys walk in, it smells a much nicer in here, and you can see he has what seems to be several, what you guess to be scented candles here and there to try to stave off the smell. And the back window is very tightly locked, as if he's trying to keep the smell out from his yard. As he finishes putting away his knives, and he straightens himself, seeing you guys, and he grabs a cloth and he kind of rubs it between his hands, trying to wipe them off, and he sets it to the side. And it's weird. Everything in the shop is very tall, except for where he's standing, where it dips down sharply to make room being as he's a dwarf, and this way he can actually see you guys. And he goes, "What can I do for you?"
The butcher. Well, I'm actually planning a feast for some of my family, and as you can probably guess, we are voracious carnivores.
I would venture a guess at that. So, you're hoping for full pig, or perhaps beef instead?
I was looking for a mix of a few different things. I wanted to impress some people. Maybe some venison, some beef, and some pork.
Well, you should
Do
also
you-
you should also know I'm a bit of a. I like to explore a little bit. I actually have some custom sausages if you're into that. Some of them aged for quite a while, even. If that could take your interest, but those are a bit more expensive.
Absolutely. Well, but first, I would like to purchase a large amount of meat, so I would like to maybe sample some of what you have.
Well, I happen to have most of it in my basement. I'll just have to go grab it.
Oh no, that won't.
Why are you laughing?
That'll be fine. Sorry, it's an inside joke I have. Don't worry about it.
Is it the
I
word
cast
basement?
charm. I cast charm person.
What's your DC?
15.
15. You watch as like he gives you this weird look, very hard features. His eyebrow kind of raise as he looks at you, and suddenly it starts to melt almost. His face softening, and he just kind of finds himself nodding along and goes, "You know, that makes sense."
Yeah. Like, don't you find it funny?
It actually is kind of a funny word, basement. Wonder where that came from. Huh.
Well, I'll just keep him distracted for a few minutes while you can figure out what they found.
You bet. So, Agnes and Meerkat, you guys make your way around.
Keck,
Also,
Keck.
Meerkat, passing along the front of the house into where the gate is to get into his yard, and you come into here. What's the plan? What's the move?
Well, first, I want to go over the fence, even if I have to pick up Grandma to do it.
So you don't want to go through the gate? You want to take the time to jump it instead?
Yeah.
All right, Agnes, are you also up for jumping a fence with the help of Meerkat?
I'll probably. Yeah, I'll go with it. I'll go with the fence.
Yeah, I'm gonna help Grandma
So
over the
young.
fence.
Alright, so Agnes, you can roll with advantage, either acrobatics or athletics, and then Meerkat, you'll be a flat roll after you give them a hand.
Wow, 2 13s. Okay.
Okay,
What is it? Acrobatics? Okay, I got an
acrobatics.
18.
Okay,
18 as well.
18. So you start to give Agnes a hand, and doesn't seem like they need it. They're actually over this fence far faster than you would imagine for someone of their age, moving with quite a bit of grace, as if there's more to them than what meets the eye. And not to be overdone, you go over as well in a very similar fashion, kind of vaulting over with one hand. And you find yourself within this yard. The smell, again, still strong, but not enough to distract you from what lays before you.
So I'm gonna go like, quiet, Grandma. And I'm gonna nod towards the basement and go over and open up that thing as quietly as I can.
Can I get stealth checks from both of you? Unless you don't want to roll one?
I got an 18.
I got a 26.
18 and 26. Alright. Easy enough, and you follow in Meerkek's wake as they move over, and they glance around almost suspiciously with like this weird grin on their face, excited at the prospects, and they lift it up, and as soon as it's open, you guys move inside. Are you closing the door behind you, or...?
Very gently.
Alright, do you guys have dark vision or dim light?
No, but I have a candle.
I have, basically, I have transitions, so I can see in the dark.
Transitions.
My goggles of the night.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm just flavoring them as like these transition glasses.
Okay, so
Transition.
you close the door behind you, and indeed it's quite dark, but you just kind of adjust your spectacles a little bit, and doesn't bug you none, Agnes. You were made for this. Meerkat, it is indeed dark. What's your approach to seeing down here?
Okay, I am going to pull out a candle. I'm going to. Actually, no. I'm a cleric. I have the light cantrip.
Okay.
I'm going to unsheath one of my daggers, spin it in my hand, casting light as I do so, and then use that as if it's a very pointy, very stabby flashlight.
Okay. Agnes, while they're pulling out the stake and fumbling with it, you can already see what's in here. And, looking down, it's a small staircase, nothing too deep, probably about 5-ish feet. It lets out into what seems to be a dirt floor. There's a few support beams here and there, and you can see rows of hanging meat. Can I get both of you to roll a perception check?
No. That's only 17.
Natural 20.
Damn!
Natural
20.
20.
Not bad.
420.
Grandma has not lost her eyesight.
Lost her mind, but not her eyesight.
No.
Lost her mind, but not her eyesight, eh? Sorry, I'm just trying to find something, but it doesn't seem to be working the way I want it to work. So just give me a quick second here.
No seconds, only Zool.
I promise, only one. This was working just fine, but... There you go. Alright, so... You get down here and you're looking around, and then suddenly there's a little flash of light. And at the same time, you swear you see what seems to be, bodies of various animals, pigs and stuff, but then you see something a little off-settling. You see what seems to be clothing hanging from one of those hooks. And then you see a little flash of movement off to your side, Agnes. And you can also hear the sound of like someone kind of scrambling as if they're trying to get deeper into here.
Can I send message at them?
Yeah, you can cast message.
And, okay. In their direction.
Okay.
And I'll just say, death has come for you.
What the fuck, Agnes? Holy
Hardcore.
Okay.
I am going to sneak my way forward, and I'm preparing a searing smite with the kopesh in my main hand and the lit up dagger in my offhand.
Okay. You just hear in your message someone replies to you. They are able to reply to message, right?
Yeah, 6-second message.
Okay. They just quickly, you hear a voice flashback, and it goes, "You won't get me today, dwarf." As you say, you pull at your things, and you watch as Meerkat kind of moves deeper, kind of like... Meerkat kind of like cuts you off going deeper. Meanwhile, upstairs, what are you three doing? Are you still just entertaining with the dwarf, jumping from subject to subject, or anything of note you'd like to bring up?
Nah, because he's charmed, I'm gonna use that to my advantage now to try and get information out of him. So I'm gonna say, I'm not only here for meat, I'm also doing a bit of an investigation. I'm a little curious. I grab a single silver coin and I'm like, if there's any information that you have, and be completely truthful about the people who've been going missing, I'd love to know. And I give him the silver.
I mean, there's a fair offer, and he reaches his stubby hand forward, and he grabs the silver from you, and instead of pocketing, he just puts it down on the desk in front of him and goes, "What would you like to know?"
How did they disappear?
Well,
Do you know?
I know a little bit.
Well, what do you know?
We'll get right back to this. I'm just gonna go back to the basement super fast where you guys are.
Sounds good.
So,
By the way, Charmed only gets advantage on ability checks for social with creatures. So it's not like I can just get anything from him.
okay.
I don't think.
So,
Sorry.
no problem. So you guys are downstairs, and you move forward, and suddenly you get a little glimpse of what exactly you're looking at. Can I get a history check from both of you?
That is a 13.
A 13.
It's a natural 20 for some reason.
A natural 20.
You're just throwing your
I
numbers
like
away.
to use. I like to use them for useless things, so this is good.
Yeah, same. I
Okay.
reserve my nat ones for the most important moments.
Like when you're rolling the death save or killing blow.
Yeah.
So you recognize, well, it's actually kind of weird. You've never seen this outfit before, but they're wearing a very tight suit. They seem to be a half elf, but they're dressed as a Fremen. Fremen are desert dwellers to the south that live in these biomechanical moving cities. Most of them are raiders. They're not exactly welcomed within Fusil, and they're known to be kind of bandits or opportunists taking whatever they can. She's currently in a corner, and it looks like she's drawn a small sword, and she's kind of like holding it low, and she's trying her best to hide, but both you can clearly see her. And she realizes this as she kind of like catches your guys' eyes, and she goes, "Hey, no further. Stay right there, and maybe we'll get out of here."
Is that you, Pierre, my darling boy?
Glances around, almost as if a loss.
Sorry, Grandma's a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
I see that.
What you doing down here? You don't look like the dwarf's wife to me.
You must know I'm hiding. And you should be
Probably not
too,
that much.
if you know what's upstairs.
What is upstairs? Is it something that needs to be burned?
And with that, we'll jump up back to upstairs. You guys are here as this dwarf sets down the coin, and he looks at you, and he goes, "I could tell you, I could show you." And you watch as his face almost seems to start to peel off to one side, half of his face melting down, the other side melting up, and it starts to twist, his entire figure kind of growing and expanding, getting close to Grom's sight, but not as much. I need you to roll a dex saving throw, Samit, as you're in front.
Alright.
And I will be posting a picture of what you guys actually see.
Oh shit, I think it kicked in.
Alright, dex saves. That's 10.
10. Alright, that is what you see in game chat. So this thing kind of shoots
That
out
is
towards
Ugh.
you. One of the tentacles that was his arm kind of wrapping around you, and he starts to pull you very quickly over this desk. Grom, you're nearby. You can do a reaction if you want to try to give him a hand as he's getting hauled over the desk. What exactly would you like to do, Grom?
Grandma's gonna wander towards the sound.
You're inside.
Grom is
You're
standing-
watching
Yeah.
this. This is literally happening directly in front of you.
I thought this was downstairs that
No,
this was
you're-
happening.
No,
You're
this is the
upstairs.
dwarf.
Yeah, I'm upstairs with the dwarf, and the dwarf is charmed.
The dwarf
And
just
No,
dwarf
the
just
dwarf
turned into
turned into
Oh, the
this.
dwarf morphed. I thought you said this was in the basement. My apologies.
no.
I'm going to unsheath my glaive, and I'm going to try and move forward to the front of the party
Okay.
and keep the monstrosity at bay.
Rufus, what would you like to do?
Oh, that's not cool. I'm gonna jump over the counter.
Get in
Alright, so that's what you guys will be doing. Meanwhile, downstairs, we'll be rolling initiative right after this. As she says this, that you should be scared about what's upstairs, you can hear a strange sound coming from upstairs. Do you guys want to stay down here, or are you planning to go upstairs?
My brother is upstairs. I am booking my shit right there.
Okay, and Agnes?
I've got 35 movement. I'm using all of it.
I'll just say, shit, the dog got out again, and then run after the dog.
Alright, then in that case, we will all be rolling initiative for this. And then I'll set the scene
Great.
from there. So everyone roll, and then I'll call out numbers in order, and you let me know where you fall. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, is everyone rolled?
You
Alright, 20 to 25.
23.
23. Okay, then we have 15 to 20.
19.
Grom. Okay, then we have 10 to 15. Okay,
14.
14. Alright, Rufus, what did you get?
5.
And Sammy, what did you get?
I got 8.
Alright. Melkek.
Merit.
You turn on your heels, and I assume you're taking a dash action as fast as you can, right? Alright, so you...
70 feet. I will go through a window if I have to.
Alright, well, it's easy enough for you to close with a few quick strides, letting your legs go as long as they can, carrying you in a single bound up the top of these 5-foot stairs, peeling around just in time to see your brother getting pulled across this table. Grom, what are you doing?
Rom is going to, since his glaive is already out and ready, he's going to, with the room allowing, because I know it slopes down, he's going to try and duck down, and he's going to unfurl his arms to their full length, and he's going to try and stab this thing in the face.
Alright, you can roll an attack. Agnes, you're up next, followed by Semi, so you guys just be ready with your turns and what you want to do.
So that is a 19 to hit.
19, that will hit.
Okay, would I get my surprise attack damage?
This is your first turn as a bugbear.
Okay. 18 and... Roll. 18, 11, that is 29, so 29 piercing damage for
Okay.
my first attack.
Alright, I take it you're doing a second attack.
Yes, I have extra attacks, so I get multiple attacks in a round.
Alright,
Because fighter. That one's an 18 on the die to hit, so that one will be a 20...
that'll hit.
26.
Hit.
Um, 15 plus 3 is 18.
18. And are you also using your bonus
Sit.
action
Good
with
girl.
the Polar
Sit.
Master? Or?
I believe so, yeah. So I'm going to make an additional attack. That one is a 19 hit. Just double check the Polar Master. Polar Master is D4s. Yeah, so it does a D4 of bludgeon damage. So does a 19 hit?
Yeah, a 19 will hit.
And then that is 3 plus my strength mod of 3, so that is 6 bludgeoning damage as I swing my pole around after stabbing him, and I bludgeon him over the back of the head.
Okay. Sammy, very quickly, what is your AC?
12.
12. Alright. So, Grom, you kind of lower your posture and you jab very quickly over your companion as he's being sprawled across this table, landing 3 quick blows, one of them spinning it around at the end as you change your grip, adjusting it. There's quite a bit of blood as you come across, and you almost cut through the tendril that's holding on to your friend. Probably just enough as this thing tries to bite down, and it says that its jaws just kind of swing down towards where Sammy was as he falls off the side of the table, being freed from this tendril, and this thing kind of just takes a massive bite, taking the counter up with it, letting out this weird eerie screech, and it kind of moves back. More body parts or tentacles sprouting from its back as it's kind of moves deeper into the area behind it. You'll get an attack of opportunity once again.
And if I hit it, it stops all movement.
Okay.
So 15 on the money. That is a 24 to hit.
20. That will hit.
That is 10 damage, and it will stop all of its movement.
All right. So as it tries to move away, you again lunge forward with your spear, managing to stick in what you assume was once the rib cage, kind of getting stuck on some bones, and you pull it back toward you, holding it in place, your muscles straining against it. Agnes, you can hear just a lot of sound and screeching and what you take to be screaming coming up from the floor above you as you watch as Mira Keck takes off as fast as they can up the stairs behind you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move as far as I can towards the sound.
Okay, well, you take your 30 feet and you get to the top, and you can see through the window of this shop. You can see this crazy scene. You see this weird amalgamation of flesh with what seems to be a face ripped in half, and it looks like it's not having the best day as you're watching Graham swing this massive glaive at it again and again. You can take your dash to continue, or at this point, you could probably make an attack to the window if you wanted.
Would they get cover?
Uh,
Oh,
she
actually,
might. But
Better
it's-
question. Are any of the people in front of like my view? Is it a straight view to the creature?
it's pretty straight as this is like to the side. So you don't think
Okay.
anything would like interrupt you if you were to try. And
I'll just cast a firebolt.
okay. Roll an attack. Sammy, you're up next, followed by Rufus. Just as a heads up.
17.
17. Is it fire damage?
Yes.
You will actually hit then.
Okay. That's 8 damage.
8 points of fire. All right. So you line up and you push your hand towards it, and another eruption of fire comes shooting out, breaking the glass as it goes, showering like crystal shards all over the interior of this place. As your firebolt hits, you can see the flesh almost looks like it's melting, as if it's quite susceptible to the heat. Samit, you're currently in between Grom and this creature. It tried to get away, but Grom's pulled it back, and you're almost like in a claustrophobic position, stuck between, well, a rock and a hard place.
So am I currently like in a grappled position? Because it grabbed me?
You were, but Grom managed to sever that tentacle. and
Okay,
you're
so I
currently-
could get out of here at any time, but I'd take a opportunity attack.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. How many people are directly around me?
Grom and the creature?
Grom and the creature.
Yes.
Okay.
Rufus is probably about 5
Anybody
feet
else
back.
within 1 sec. Sorry about this. Anybody else within 20 feet?
Rufus is probably there. Yeah, it's probably, Rufus is probably in here. You said you were
Rufus?
going into the shop, right?
Perfect. Yes. Or wait, no, that's a question for Rufus, isn't
Yes.
What?
You said you're within the shop, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Then he would
Yeah,
be
I jumped
within
out.
20.
I jumped behind the counter.
it? Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm an evocation wizard, I can sculpt my spells. And since it's a 3rd level spell, I can exclude 1 plus spell level targets from the effect of the spell. And so I'm just gonna cast Fireball on whatever the hell this thing is, and exclude myself and the other 2.
Okay.
As
So
soon
they
as you,
won't.
as soon as you're like, oh yeah, I could exclude everything, I'm like, this is a fireball, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna cast it at 4th level.
4th level. All right. Rufus, you're up next, but let me know what your damage is, and I'll make the dex saving throw. What's your DC?
Sorry?
What's your DC?
My DC?
Yep.
15.
15. All right. And your damage?
My damage, oh my god. Okay, so that's gonna be 9d6. Alright, that is 29 damage. Yeah, 29 damage.
Okay. So, in this moment of panic, you kind of look around and you realize you probably only have one good spell exactly for this moment after all those years of training. And you think.
Actually, sorry, it'll be an extra 2 damage. It'll actually be 31 damage because of my elemental power. Sorry.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And you concentrate on it, pulling out a little bit of sulfur from your bag, kind of rubbing it together in your fingers, but they're throwing it down, and it erupts around you. People would flinch if they had time to see it coming, but they don't, and instead the blast kind of passes harmlessly over Rufus, leaving him unsinged. Same with Grom the bugbear, but the creature again rears up, screaming all the more of its flesh kind of like slothing off from the heat. Rufus, you're currently in the middle of a blinding fireball going off. What's your intentions now that you're behind the counter with this thing?
Oh, wow. Like, into the rabbit hole, man. And I reach up and rip a patch off of my cloak, and I throw a 10-foot cube pit underneath the creature.
Okay.
You mean the gulag?
Meerkat,
Let's be
you're up
honest, this is-
next, so just be ready for your turn. Right? Are you
This is
doing anything
POW
else
camp.
with that? Or is it just you throw it down? Is there
And
any
it
saves
becomes
or
a pit.
Right?
It becomes a pit. That's all up to you then.
I will give it disadvantage on this. It fails. Alright? You still have a bonus action if you want it, though. That'll be an action to do.
No, I'm good.
No? Alright, so as this flash goes off, right, and you quickly think to yourself, am I on fire? And you look down at your full and you see a patch. And as quickly as you can, you rip it off and throw it towards this thing. And it lands pretty much exactly where you were aiming. It was almost like this Looney Tunes moment as it expands underneath this thing and it starts to fall, and it's still kind of suspended off of Grom's glaive where it's impaled, and it kind of like goes down with the weight leaning forward with it. Due to the fact that he's leaning forward, Meerkat, you can actually finally see into this space in front of you as you see chaos. Just pure chaos. What would you like to do?
How close could I have gotten with my 70 movement speed before?
You're currently in the doorway, so you're probably about 25 feet away.
That's all I need. Would it count as a surprise attack to come up behind this thing and start stabbing?
You would have a flanking bonus, so you would have advantage, and therefore get your surprise attack.
Beautiful. So, I'm going to drop my glowing dagger, pull out my second Kopesh, and I am just going to lay into this thing, channeling a Searing Smite as I do so.
Alright, roll to attack. Roll to hit.
So, one with the smite. One out. So I have got 17 and 18 to hit.
They will both hit.
They'll both hit? Okay. Beautiful.
That sounded heavy.
It's more than you wanted it to be.
Damn, incoming.
22 damage. Nope. 23 damage.
Alright, is that all slashing, or how much of that is fire?
Slashing and 6 of it is fire.
6 of this fire.
Yeah.
Would you like to describe how this thing dies, or shall I take it from here?
It dies with this?
Yeah, it's taken quite a bit. It took almost 80 from Grom's turn. Then it took
Beautiful.
30 from
I
that.
can do it.
Yep.
So I come up behind this thing, and I slash at it, one blade following the next, right across the back of its neck, just tearing into it. And before I can go and attempt a backswing with one of my blades, it just starts falling. Just blood spewing from a cut artery across the entirety of my front. And I look happy about it.
Alright, sounds good. So as you slash this thing, it's starting to come out of the pit. And after you finish that slash, you do with the next, you watch as it just kind of slides off the end of your sword, falling neatly into this portable hole that's appeared in the center of the floor. We will drop initiative here, and you guys are all standing in this butcher's shop. Some of you covered in blood, but surprisingly unsinged, besides the fact that most everything else in this place is starting to go up in fire.
I am going to grin all teeth and say, that saves time digging a grave, doesn't it?
Run,
Look at
will
Mer-
get to break.
I look at Merit Keck and I'm like, well, I guess this kind of did end like the bank with a fireball, but this time I protected everyone.
I mean, it was much more intentional than the bank.
Yeah.
Wait, that time at the bank?
Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Cool. Alright. Alright.
By the way, there's an elf in the basement. she probably ran away, though. I know I would have. So there was one elf in the basement.
Agnes, while you're outside, you actually see the elf coming up the stairs behind you, but it looks like she's going much more slowly, and she's focused on like the sounds inside. And she looks at you and goes, "Is it dead? Is he gone?"
Hey, it's dead.
They're talking to Agnes. You're inside.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So is Samit.
I'll just go, Pierre, in here, and wave her over.
She again looks confused, but she does follow you, and she just actually, my name's Click. You can call me Click instead of Pierre.
You see that? That's a demonic creature.
Alright, so as Meerkat is talking about this elf, you watch as Agnes comes in, followed by this half elf, and they walk over to this pit, and she looks down and goes, "Jesus, I mean, demonic indeed. So, was this all of them, or?"
I'm gonna look really excited for a second. There's more?
Then I look at them and I'm like, you would know better than I. We only killed one.
Oh, well, I'm actually unsure if that is all of them. I've actually been hiding down there for about 2 days now.
What do you know about what's been happening? The disappearances. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. Was this the creature causing all of it, or is there more behind it?
Again, I'm unsure about how many there were. What I can tell you is that I actually came here with a couple of friends, but our skiff actually got taken down not too far from here, and I kind of scrambled to get away, and I ended up here.
So you've been hiding. Yeah, it would make sense you wouldn't know much.
I thought it would be safe in there, and well, I recognized him. And she looks down towards the hall. You know, before he changed like this, I thought I saw him around, back when my skiff went down.
So, are you saying this creature replaced him?
I'm unsure. I wasn't here. I picked the wrong house to hide in. What do you want from me?
No, I just want to know what you know so that I can get to the bottom of this. I'm sorry if I'm asking too many questions.
I saw him talking with some of the guards, and it looks like for a little bit here, people would come, and the guards would come, and then he would leave, and I really didn't have any place to go, and like I said, I've just been hiding. I think there's something perhaps going on with the keeper, perhaps with the guards.
All right, thank you very much. That confirms some of my suspicions. You should probably stay away from the guards. Thanks.
Of course I'll stay
what-
away, I'm Fremen.
I'm hearing is that we should kill the guards?
Smash.
Smash.
And I'm just gonna take a piece of ham and then just crush it between my hands and start shaking it vigorously.
Exactly. He's got the right idea. I knew I liked you for a reason.
It kind of explodes with it was a juicy piece, and your hands are just covered in ham juice, for no other way to explain it.
Oh man, not the rum ham.
I mean, it has been rumored that it was the guards involved. It seems like if that's the case, that may be the good thing to do, even as crazy as it is.
Which way to bad man?
The keep was at the north point, was it not?
It was, and you can still see it looming off in the distance if you were to peek your heads outside.
Well, we created quite a bit of noise here. We should probably leave before any guards come, especially since they're our prime suspects.
Or
I
Hear me out.
start.
we wait for the guards and then kill them.
Yes, I agree with this.
You know what? Not a terrible
Kill the
plan.
pigs.
I'm down.
Egg.
What I could do, I could disguise myself as the dwarf.
I mean, if you want to be
and-
boring about it.
Figure out some information from the guards, maybe.
I mean, if you want to be smart about it.
I told I could
Up
smash.
to you guys. If you want to smash, you can smash.
Grum told he can smash. Why no smash?
You can smash if you want. I've held enough people back in the past.
This could
With-
go so wrong that I kind of want to see it.
With that, I'm just gonna walk up and boot fuck the door. I'm just gonna plant my foot firmly into the base of the door and try and knock off the hinges out into the road.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Would that be athletics, or is it just brute strength?
Oh, it can be athletics if you're doing it in an athletics way. We'll say a running kick, if you will.
So that is a 23.
23. I mean, for you, easy enough. It's probably 2 steps for you. It's a little difficult. It's a little awkward as you're bent posture, but you somehow manage to time it right that you turn sideways so you're leaning back as you put your weight into this door and kick forward with it, kind of exiting the building as you go. And the door kind of snaps dryly and tumbles out into the street. As you're outside, you do see quite a few people running towards this building as it's slowly wafting smoke from the fireball that went off inside, and there's a bit of an audience gathering.
I'm going to nudge the closest person with my elbow and point at the bugbear. I like him. He makes a good distraction.
Rufus, you feel someone elbow you.
And I'm going to melt into the shadows. Just sneak away.
Roll a stealth check.
50.
Oh.
I try and follow my twin.
Okay, roll a perception check. And
Oh.
Agnes and Rufus, what would you two be doing while this is starting to play out around you?
I think those two have a very good idea, and I'm gonna slip into an alley and take to the rooftops
Okay.
and hide out up there.
You can roll a stealth
Alright.
check as well.
But you're naked.
What did you get for your perception check, Samit?
15.
15? You have no idea where they went.
Well, I leave out into the alley.
Agnes, what are you doing?
I'm probably waiting for my order to be done.
God,
I'm gonna take Grandma by the hand
No,
and
you
lead her.
you left. You're gone.
Yeah, I just melded into the shadows to watch this all play out. I'm
But-
just gonna take Grandma with me as I leave.
Grandma, you feel someone tugging at like the back of your shoulder.
Come on, Grandma. We're gonna go have tea. With
Tea,
Aunt
I like
Mary.
tea. Who's that?
Alright,
Oh no.
Click looks around and she like follows you as well as you're leading Agnes away. Grom, you're the last one. You watch as like you're outside and from behind you a few people push past you as this crowd is gathering, all eyes on you. What's the move?
Are they pointing and gesturing? Are they trying to ask me any questions, or what's
They're still
the
in the
situation?
distance. The butcher shop was a little bit away from the town as no one really wanted that smell, so they're probably about 100 feet but closing fast. Some of them look like they have buckets with them. You see a few people that look like guards, and you can get a few words and they're shouting, but they don't sound like they're angered towards you or anything yet.
The last thing I was instructed to do was smash, so I'm just gonna walk up to the building and I'm just gonna start punching in the windows.
I mean, so you make your way to where you remember that one window and you find it's already been smashed by a firebolt, but as you look on, you're like, damn it, need to find another window. You hear a clear voice as someone, you hear like someone splash some water, and then you hear someone say, let me just quickly find a name here because I'm really good at my job. Someone, get in there, find Hoffman! And you see a guard and a few other people run in, and they see this thing in the hall, and some people start freaking out at this point, and like there's just more yelling as an audience is gathering. Where did you want to take Agnes, Meerkat? Meerkek.
Merrick Keck.
Merrick.
Merit.
I'm just taking her down an alley away from all of the commotion.
Okay, so you guys all find
And
yourself.
I'm getting excited by all of this chaos.
Alright, so you're all in the same alley except for Rufus, who has made his way up onto the roof, and you get a clearer view of what's panning out. And from your vantage point, Rufus, you can see probably about 5 people in various town clothing, and what seems to be 2 guards trying to like get a sense, and one of them says something to the other, and one of them runs off as if he's going to get someone that can deal with this better than they can. And you just hear that one guy, and you all hear this, and it's going, everyone, remain calm, step away from the building. Are you stepping away, Grom?
Let's see. I am not.
Alright. Rufus, you can see Grom's still at the back of the building, and looks like he's not stepping away, but looks like more people are trying to get in, but one of the guards has gone, and he's like standing in the doorway trying to keep people back. But it's weird because he won't let them in, but there's a fire, so they're like passing him the buckets of water, and he's like splashing it over his shoulder and trying to like maintain this crowd that's foaming in front.
I imagine
I'm just gonna hold and wait.
Hold and wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna let the party decide what to do with this.
I imagine I'm just wandering the outside of the building looking for things to break.
Okay.
Just big hulking idiot, just like
I mean, oddly enough, like, you haven't been spotted yet, as you're, like you said, at the back looking around, and everyone's, like, more focused on trying to put out this fire. So, like, you look to the side, and you see a group going, and then you turn and you see the picket fence, and you can, like, put your foot through some of the pickets, and you're just, like, going down, destroying this fence at the back. Just vandalizing the place as the fire is tearing it up on the inside. Agnes, is there anything you would like to do, or shall I just continue on with Grom and let this play out?
I think I'm just being pulled, so you can continue.
There's actually something I might want to do. You
Alright.
said that there was one guard that broke off and is like running to find a higher up.
Yeah, you guys assume, or that's probably the best guess that that's what he's doing.
Yeah. Okay. I start following him,
You want me to stop him?
and I give a little just yip.
I'm gonna
I don't know where you are, so I just give a little yip.
They all
to
ended up in the
give you
same
an
alley.
indication. Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah.
Yip. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, so I'm gonna follow that guy, and in the commotion, I don't even think we really need to be sneaky, so I'm just gonna run.
I'm gonna stop this
Like,
man.
Someone
no.
running away from a fire is not that weird of a thing. So it could-
Permanently stop him?
Yep. Hopefully we can take him prisoner.
So I'm
Okay.
hearing that he needs to be stopped permanently, which to me means murder.
Okay.
We need to find out what's going on.
I'm sorry, you said stop him permanently. I'm going to stop him as permanently as I know how.
Murder.
We need to stop them permanently.
So I am going to Misty step closer. How far away is this guy from me?
I mean, Sammy probably got a hold of this as soon as the guy started going, so he's probably about maybe 30 feet.
Okay, I'm going to trail after this guy, slowly like gaining ground until he's like away enough that people won't notice when I lay into
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, because we have 35 movement speed.
Okay,
Yeah.
this will take you a second to find exactly that opportunity, so let me just jump back to Grom quickly.
Yeah.
So this has been escalating a little bit, and finally it looks like the fire gets a little bit more under control as more people go around, and then some people start calling towards you, and they're like, "Get away! There's a fire!" And then
I'll probably wander over them, scratching my head and just like punching, like just callously punching the side of the building as I'm walking towards them.
okay, so you make your way towards the front of the building then, where the crowd's gathering, still knuckling in, and some plaster comes off every now and again.
What doing?
They look you a little confused, and then the guard kind of clears his throat, and he goes, "Move away from the building, everyone, please. More people they're on their way. We'll get this under hand. No need for a scene, please."
Grom told to smash. Why stop?
Why don't you go pound the pavement and fuck off? And he gestures towards the street.
Grom will take a couple steps over onto the concrete and then just start punching away at it.
Good. Everyone, please follow his lead and go away. Nothing to see here.
Look at Merritt's cack, and I'm just like, he's probably the best distraction we've ever had. Definitely top 3.
I got you.
Sorry.
My favorite distraction ever.
So you just want to sit there and continue to pound pavement, or what's the
I think the plan is until they start dispersing, I'm just gonna kind of sit here, and then when everything kind of dies down a little, I'll probably try and reconvene with everyone. Since last place I know of was the keep.
All right, Rufus, you indeed see Grom down there currently pounding pavement, and you also see off, looking towards the north, you watch as the guard kind of ducks into one of the corner streets, beelining towards the west side. In this moment, Merritt Keck,
Merit.
I'm just gonna call you Keck from now on. You find your chance with this guard. Would you like to roll an attack, or what's the plan?
How much have I managed to make up in distance? Like, is he closer to like 10, 15 feet away instead of 30?
If you want, yeah, you could be about 15. You like because you said you wanted to find him when he's more alone, so you would time it with him going into this alley to be within your
Yeah.
range, whatever that is.
As soon as he turns around the alley, I'm going to like burst forward and just get like reach around him to rip him open with one of my peshes.
Okay, roll an attack.
That is. So that is 21 and 22.
21 and 22. Both of those will hit.
Beautiful. And then sneak attack?
Yep.
Yeah. $25 damage.
25 damage. All right. So you reach around this guy with both daggers, and you just got him like
Kopesh.
with your kopeshes, and you got him. You watch as like he just kind of freezes, and his hands go down to his guts, and he just kind of like slowly looks down as he pulls his hand away, and you watch as like he kind of like shudders, and then he falls to his knees, and then falls forward, face first onto the concrete, not moving.
I stopped him.
Damn it, Merit Keck! We could have used him for information. Now we have no leads.
It's okay. And I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
Oh God, you fucking morbid God. You fucking sicko.
So once he's come to again, I'm like sitting crouched in front of him. I've got my Kopesh with a mutilated handle in hand, spinning it idly, smiling at him. Say, we have some questions, and you're going to answer them. Unless you want to keep doing this for the next 3 days.
His eyes kind of go wide as he kind of like tries to push himself up into a sitting position, and
None.
he lowers himself back down again, but he like rolls over so he's on his back, still like trying to hold himself together. But he looks at you as if like waiting for your questions.
I'm gonna glance up at my brother. He's the one with the questions. I'm just the one stopping people.
Right. We know what has been going on, at least in that butcher shop. But where are the people disappearing to? And who's doing the disappearing?
I don't know what you're talking about. You fucking maniacs! I was just doing my job. For all I know, you're the killers.
Are you sure about that? The butcher transformed.
I don't know
Everybody's
anything
telling
about
us
that.
the guards are disappearing people.
I was just gonna get help. The building was on fire. And he...
What do you think, Merit Keck?
Maybe if Agatha has some questions for him. What about it, Grandma?
Yes. We should take him
Oh,
prisoner.
am I there?
If you want to be. Did you follow us?
Sure.
If you followed the psycho.
Listen, if you don't answer our questions, I will make sure that you are tortured for several eternities within different realms, and then sacrificed to my lord Baphomet so that you may experience eternal suffering.
Please, I don't know who any of you are. I just want to go home.
What's the
Did we pick the wrong
insight?
route?
Insight. I want to do an insight check on him. I want to see if he's telling the truth.
Yeah, sure. Roll an insight.
All right.
Can I roll an intimidation? check?
18 plus
I think he's
5.
really
That's 23.
23. Yeah, you can roll one with advantage if you want.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that's a 26.
26. He definitely seems very shaken and very scared, and that's the same thing you can tell with your insight. This guy definitely seems shocked about what just happened, and as if he's really having trouble answering any of these questions, as if none of it's really making any sense to him. You get confusion and you get a lot of fear.
Okay. In that case, I look at both Merit Keck and Agnes, and I'm like, stop. I think he might know less than we're expecting.
But you know,
How are you
it,
feeling?
he's
I ask him.
the goats.
Not good. Pretty far from it.
Merit Keck, do you have anything to heal him quickly?
I mean, always. Do you want
Alright.
me to kill him?
Just a little bit. I think we can still get some info from him.
Yes.
Fine.
So we can kill
I'm
him
going
again.
to kill him. So I'm gonna heal him for 10.
For 10, alright. You watch as you can see like his posture just kind of like loosen up as if there's like a burden taken off, and he's like a bit more like in his senses.
I'm sorry about my brother over here. We've been investigating something that you may have heard has been happening lately. People have been disappearing in town. Have you heard about this?
I mean, we all have. We were told to double the night's watch and keep everyone inside. We figured it was the Fremen.
Well, many people we talked to suggested that the guards were related. Have you seen anything weird going on in the keep?
Weirdest thing I've seen all day was you.
That's a fair answer.
Roll a persuasion check.
16.
16. The daughter, Yenvia, she's been a little strange. She keeps asking us to escort people to the keep, but nothing weird about that. She's young. Figured she just had friends in the village.
There is reason to believe that there's something causing people to act strange. Thank you for your help.
You just going to leave me here?
How good are you two at healing?
I mean, I could probably walk. I'll be honest, I'd really rather if you did just leave me here.
Yeah, you know
far
what?
away from me
as
as you
long
could.
as you don't tell. As
Are
long
you
as
sure?
you don't.
I'd love to know where you sleep at night.
He looks up towards Agnes and he goes, not a word, I swear. I'll leave town if you want.
I don't need to go that far.
That's okay.
I might need you again.
I do insight
Hold
again
on.
how honest he is there.
Alright, what were you going to say, Agnes?
I just, don't worry about that. It's all in the past. I'll heal you, and I'm gonna cast Great Bonfire again. Under him.
Can I notice that she's about to do this and stop her?
Excuse me?
Can I roll an arcane knowledge and notice she's gonna cast bonfire instead of heal?
Tell you what, you can roll a dex save. Yeah, making an arcane check, you're right.
It's a dex save of 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got 18 to realize that it is not a healing spell.
He
Yeah,
was bleeding out on the ground and you expect him to roll a dex save?
No, I want to do a dex to stop her.
yeah, I mean, you can probably stop with an 18 to, like, grab her hands.
Yeah, I'm just... No.
Alright.
No. I know healing, that's not healing.
The guard, like, he like, gets to his feet and he starts, like, doing this weird hobble run down the alley as fast as he can away from you guys.
He was nice.
And this is in character laughing. I actually burst out laughing.
Grandma, I go hard. You go harder. I like it. It's
I
nice.
like you.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Rufus, you're on the roof. Clicks next to you, and she like looks to you, and she goes, "So, are we just waiting, or are they going to come back once they deal with the guard?"
I don't know. We
I
should probably
think
go
we should-
check on them.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'll do my best to stay hidden and behind you.
Okay, I'll wave down at the big guy.
Grum, you know where to look, so you stop your pounding just for a moment to look up, and you see Rufus waving at you.
Hey, I think the others are having some fun without us. Follow me. I'll start heading over
Okay.
there, trying to stick to the rooftops if possible.
While I was literally pounding concrete, did I hear the guards pick up anything? Like, were they talking to each other? Did I pick up any information while I was waiting there?
No other guards have arrived yet. They sent a guard for reinforcements, and he hasn't returned.
But I didn't pick up anything while I was there.
You see one guard against like what seems to be a growing crowd of about 20 people now. They're all shouting, and there's a fire in the background, and he's throwing buckets over his shoulder, and he's yelling at people to stay back, get away, and reassuring them that more guards on the way, and they'll have this handled in no time.
That butcher shop's gonna burn down. No evidence. Hell yeah.
Then I'll follow the tabaxi on the rooftops, and I'll just kind of jog alongside of them.
All right, so you guys show up about the time that Keck is saying, "I like that."
So, right now,
Smash.
my guy's gonna kind of like think about what's happening for a minute, and maybe do like an Arcana or a History check to see if I've known about any creatures like this before.
Roll a religion check.
A religion check. All right, awesome. I have proficiency in religion. That is a 21.
21. You're vaguely aware of supposedly some sort of cult within the Fremen. Something about these dreams that they say are given to them by merfolk, and it's supposed to help them guard against flesh monsters or something like that. And one of the big religions that goes into the whole moving cities of the Fremen and all of that is based around trying to understand and to be ready for these monsters, but nothing like that exists, and the closest thing to these monstrosities would be the Fremen. So it's weird.
So the Fremen know of this.
Yeah, it's almost like a doomsday conspiracy that some of them stick to and follow, but it's not very widely spread.
Okay, I share that information with all the other people in the group.
Okay, Click's nodding along. It's just, I think I've heard something about that. It's mostly the engineers that say that.
Interesting. Do the engineers know more about these creatures, or is it mainly just a legend?
They don't really talk to me. They're pretty deep into the machine speak. Usually they tend to. I'm named Click. I come from the city of War, and the deeper you get into it, the less you talk and the more sounds you make. Talking to an engineer for me, it's a different language. I really can't follow it.
I see. Well, it definitely seems like they replace people in order to keep their cover.
Oh,
Not
maybe
sure what
there
they
was
do
never
with
a
people. though.
butcher at all. Dun, dun, dun.
Click kind of like peeks her head out of the alley, and she looks down towards the growing crowd, and she goes, "What if some of them are those things, and they find out about the thing in the butcher's shop? Are we going to be
Well,
in
if-
trouble?"
Well, let's hope the butcher shop burns down completely. I made sure that no reinforcements were coming to put out the fire.
Yeah, and
Big
it's not like
fire at
you have a
butcher
house
shop.
nearby to burn down with it, so you know.
Little house
I
burning
think
down.
we should. I think we should keep it low for a little while, but I'm gonna say our next place to go when it comes to actually figuring out stuff is probably gonna be the keep. We might be able to find somebody who knows more about these things, or maybe I should visit the library, but
Okay, but I need some time to rest and pray.
agreed. Maybe we should go back to the keep or the inn. He seemed to be just as worried as we were about these anomalies. Everybody agree? Should we go back to the inn?
Omelet
What?
food.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Oh yeah, snacks, man.
Yeah, you got the munchies?
Totally.
Yeah.
Wait, those things were
What about you?
real?
Yeah, I know, right?
Whoa! Not
Things for what
cool.
now?
Oh man, I thought that stuff had just kicked in. Whoa. That was like a really dangerous situation. Shit.
Did you just notice that now?
I'm not like the smartest of people.
Cats.
You are baked like a loaf of bread, my friend.
Are you on catnip right now?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I do actually laugh in character.
So food,
All
yeah?
right. Yeah, Agnes, you coming with? Just no more
Yes, I do
bonfires.
have a late library book. What do you mean?
Or no more bonfires under people.
Under people. No
Yeah,
promises.
the things that are living.
No. Don't make that, because what if it's one of those things? We might
It's a
want a
chilly
bonfire
night.
under it. Uh,
It's so cold outside, I don't see why not.
You won't be cold in the inn, Grandma. Don't worry.
Okay.
So we go now.
Yes, big
I-
man.
yeah.
No.
Click kind of looks at you and says, if it's possible, I'm probably going to sneak out of here, being as I don't think a Fremen would be welcome with disappearing people. Should I meet you somewhere, or can I just make my way out?
I mean, it's probably best for you if you just, leave.
Fucked off.
I completely agree with that, and self-preservation is a talent of mine, and I intend to put it to the fullest of use. So, thank you for your help with the butcher shop, and good day, good luck. Try not to die.
Thank you. And thank you for the little bit of confirmation on the information. It's good to know that this sounds like it's happened before.
I would know nothing about that. And that she kind of gives you guys like this little nod, and she like
Bye bye.
Good luck, Click.
She makes her way out of the alley, disappearing from sight.
I'm gonna turn to big man over there and say, 1 gold says she doesn't make it a month.
Cunt!
But friend.
I don't know. She's made it this long.
I can take her out right now if you'd like.
That's not what I said.
Small friend good at hiding.
Yeah, but you got caught once.
Still small. Hard for me to hide.
You make a good point.
So that you guys are making your way back towards the grazing meadow?
Seems to be the plan.
Okay.
Not like grazing meadow, the inn, not an actual grazing meadow.
Yes. Grazing Meadow, the inn, and you get there, and sure enough, the same tabaxi's there. It's far more empty than it was before, and you actually see the innkeeper is up on his feet looking out a window towards like the plumes of smoke that are rising as you guys walk in. He goes, "You guys wouldn't happen to know what happened down there, would you?"
Not a clue.
Yeah,
What's left
fire.
of the blacksmith?
Well, of course, fire. I got that much, but I can't exactly leave to check it out, so did you see it?
The
Nope.
Minotaur has strong hands. Big,
I-
meaty.
I mean, I saw a lot of people around it and a lot of people running around.
I'm going to jab you sharply in the guts with my bony elbow.
Are you doing that stealthily, or?
Yes.
Alright, roll a sleight of hand.
Yes. I actually was in the basement there, and I saw my son.
That,
Yeah.
I just
jab
look at the
you
barkeeper making
with
the
a
like.
10.
Alright, so
So I
No,
try to subtly jab you with a 10. It is not nearly as subtle as I would like, and then Grandma just gives
Alright,
away
so-
the game.
so there's like this awkward pause. So like he starts talking, you Elwyn, there's this awkward pause, and she looks towards Grum. She goes, sorry, he looks towards Grum and he goes, "Yeah, we call him Boss Fur," and then that's when Ega starts talking, and he just kind of turns towards you and goes, "Your dead son?"
I just look at the bartender and go like, cuckoo.
He's
Cuckoo.
he starts making his way back around to the bar, and he just starts like pouring drinks, and he goes, "No, please, continue," and he like puts the drinks out in front of you guys at this bar, and he like gestures for you guys to sit.
Sorry, Grandma's losing her marbles.
And you have a nervous twitch, or should I be led to believe something else?
It's a twitch. I'm gonna elbow my brother again. It just happens sometimes.
Roll a deception check with advantage.
I'm convinced he just wants to hurt me.
That is a dirty 20.
So we no go break rest of store?
Break.
We don't break any stores. No stores breaking. We know
broke the
nothing
fence.
about any breaking stores anywhere.
I'm starting to be
Grum,
quite happy about the fact that there's no formal contract between me and the rest of you. Will my inn be okay if you spend the night, or should I be concerned?
Grum no break in. You give yums.
I'm going to close my eyes for a minute and start muttering under my breath for a second in primordial. Yeah, it'll be fine, the god says so.
Oh, lovely.
I'm also muttering to myself, but I'm just going.
He looks towards Rufus and he goes, "Can you vouch for them? You seem to be the most sane."
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ. How long are you staying in my establishment? For the night or just an hour and then you'll be on?
Ah, no worries. I can pay.
Grum needs
I'm
big
going to
bed.
put 5 gold on the counter.
You can have the entire upstairs for the night, and he takes it off and he goes, "I'll go get some ham."
Thanks.
Thank
Grum
you.
need big bed. Grum big boy.
We'll push 2 beds together for you.
Yeah, we got the whole top floor.
Okay.
So you guys taking long rest, short rest?
I need a long rest, at least.
I'm gonna start tucking everyone in.
Aww.
So they all go to their rooms and you just start checking the doors, and anyone that's unlocked, you like help yourself in and
Yeah, I want to take a long rest, but I do think we should take turns taking watch. Somebody in the hallway in case somebody caught on to what was happening.
When Agnes comes in to tuck me in, I'm gonna give her a big slobbery, whiskery kiss on the cheek.
I mean,
Where's your
After my watch, I'm going to tuck Agnes in.
alright. Who's taking which watch?
I'll take first watch.
Second.
I'll go second.
Grom
Third.
snores like a Mack truck.
Okay. So who has the last watch?
I'll take it.
You'll
I'll take it.
Alright. Can I get perception checks? And we'll go in that order. So, Samit, I believe you said you're going first, so let me know what you get.
All right, perception. 13.
13. So, it seems like a pretty chill night. You watch as the smoke slowly dies down, but there's still kind of a haze, as if the fire never really got under control and something did indeed burn down, and the ruins are still smoldering off to the south of the town. Second, yeah, I believe we said Grom.
No, me.
Keck, perception.
That is 25.
25. At this point, the sun has now finally set, and it's getting close to probably about midnight. And there's a few people in the tavern, but they're mostly there for a drink, talking about like the loss of the tavern and stuff like that. But again, nothing really grabbing your attention.
Can I do a thing during my watch?
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go down for midnight snack. And if anybody has left their food like unattended for a little bit, I'm gonna sneak some more peppers in it.
Okay, you can
But just the seeds.
do a sleight of hand if you want.
Yeah. That would be a 23.
23. Okay, yeah, you get quite a few and quite a few. I mean, it's difficult to find food unattended, so instead you just kind of find your moments instead, looking for like when they're looking away or when you get by as you make your way through here, having polite conversations, but not really much else. You definitely understand that whatever happened at that place is gone, and Hoffman is missing. He seems to have been the dwarf blacksmith, and people are speculating as to what happened to him. Rufus, can I get a perception check from you?
I rolled a 2, but I'm going to use a point of luck.
Sounds like a plan.
Solid.
Oh, wow. Natural fucking 20.
Natural 20. So,
Yeah.
Better
at
than two.
first you kind of have like a hard time focusing or concentrating, and you think to yourself,
What, me?
I know what will help, and you light up another hit with your pipe, insanely long as it is, but you find clarity in that moment as your mind once again wafts towards a similar state that you tend to walk from day to day. And in that moment, you do manage to catch a few things, and it's weird. There's a sound on the wind towards the south. It almost sounds like someone's having an argument as they're being moved through the streets.
My ears rotate to hone in on the sound a bit more.
Okay. Do you want to look out a window, see if you can spot it?
Yeah.
Alright, you see what seems to be someone just kind of like shoving up against a couple of guards as they're like walking north, and they're saying, I have no business at the keep, really. I would just like to go home and end my night. And one of the guards is holding him quite tight, and the other one just goes, don't worry about it. It's a simple meeting. You were just requested at the keep for a few questions, and you'll be on your way in the morning.
Okay, I immediately run and grab anyone that might be awake still.
I mean, Agnes is up in her room, muttering to herself.
I actually, if he comes bumping around, I rolled and I'm on the cusp of light sleep, so I'd probably wake up.
Okay. And, we'll say for the sake of this, you managed to find everyone awake enough that you can get their attention without much trouble.
Oh, hey guys, like, some guards just, like, nabbed someone. They're taking him to the keep, like, right now.
We gotta stop this shit right now. We do not
Yes.
need another one of those things running around.
This is the time. Grom, go.
Smash.
I'm gonna go.
Grom, stop this person from getting taken.
As soon as I,
How tall is this building?
It's probably about 2 stories with about 7 feet to each floor, so it's probably about 14 feet tall, 16 if you count the roof.
I'm going to go out a window and I'm going to use Misty Step. How did I get my spell slots back?
Yeah, we'll say everyone got a long rest, so you can all have your
Okay.
stuff back for this.
When
I'm gonna go
I
Misty Step out a window
Okay, so you're doing that.
after these people.
Grom.
when I called my own name, I would have rushed out of the building to the sound of the guards,
Okay, so
and
you're,
I just want to brute force approach them.
so you're rushing out
damn
after
it.
them. Agnes, what would you like to be doing after being roused and informed of this?
I'll be kind of quickly staggering out of the building, probably out of the front.
Alright, so
and
you're
move
following
towards
Grom
the
then?
commotion.
Okay. Rufus, what's your plan of action?
I'm also zipping out.
Okay, and then lastly, Samit.
Yeah, I follow Rufus because he's the only one who actually knows where this happened.
Okay, so you guys all make your way out, and as you're going, you watch as Keck just kind of operates in front of you, already like kind of in a full run. And the plan is just to close on these guys as fast as you can, or?
Yeah, I've got 30 feet from my Misty Step, and then 70 dash speed. So I am closing this
You're
distance.
hoofing.
Okay.
I'm actually
I
keeping
am
up with her.
hooping it.
Is there any element of stealth about this, or is it just here we go, guns blazing as fast as we can?
Grom, just go.
I'm gonna go and I'm going to call out to them and say, "Hey, I was waiting for you."
Okay,
Grom is
And I'm
gonna.
gonna pretend that I know this person and he's late to meet me,
got it. Grom,
and I am offended by it.
Grom, what's your plan?
Grom is gonna walk up and attempt to just break their hold on the person. He's gonna grab their arms and like try and wrench them off.
Okay. You'll be a second to get there. So can you roll a deception check for me, Keck?
21.
21. Both guards look a little taken aback, and they go, "Sorry, he's needed at the keep." And as they're saying this, Grom catches up, and you just kind of like push them away from this guy. And there's like this awkward pause, and everything gets very tense for a second. Does anyone want to do anything to break this moment, or?
I'm sorry. We have plans to hang out already. Can't he go in the morning?
And Grom, what was your plan?
How tall is the person that they were trying to hustle to the castle?
Probably about 5'8". Average height seems to be what seems to be a fox person. Long tail, red fur.
I want to pick the fox person up and put them on my shoulders.
Okay. Rufus or Samit or Agnes, do you guys have anything you want to do? Or are you just letting this play out and just take a back seat here?
I want to see how the guards respond to what they've done.
Okay.
Same.
How they respond
I'm
to
just trying to catch
harassment.
up to everyone.
Alright, so you guys all catch up as he's like picking this person up, and one of the guards goes, "You need to put them down. They are quite."
No!
He like
No.
puts his hand on like the hilt of his sword, and he goes, "So, you need to calm down." And he's like
Rum.
papping the air in front of you, like he's trying to soothe things out. And the
I'm
other
going to
guy,
grin. I'm going to grin, showing all of my teeth, and say, "Bring that hand a little closer. You won't have a hand anymore."
roll intimidation check.
$16.
I want to whisper to the fox person, "Hold tight, little friend."
16. Right, he kind of like lets go of his sword a little bit, and he like takes a few steps back away from you, and then the other guy just takes off running towards the keep. And this guy,
Immediately go off after the guy who's running towards the keep. Dash.
okay, so you're running that way after him. We're probably gonna have to roll initiative here unless someone wants to do something very quickly. Last chance, and then we'll get into that.
I'm also
When I see my brother going, I'm gonna stab this man.
Alright, so you're gonna attack the guy that's standing there.
Is-
Rufus, you said you're taking off running as well.
Because a guy took off running, could I get an attack of opportunity?
He was a little far, So like he,
Okay, he's a little way.
yeah, he like I said, he took a few steps back, and like you don't have your pole on because you picked up this fox person.
Yeah, that's why I told him to hang on so I could actually have my other hand.
Yeah, but and then Agnes, is there anything you want to do in this moment, or?
Nope. I'm just gonna get some fire ready.
Alright, so everyone, we are going to quickly roll initiative here. Get some firewood ready. Jesus Christ.
Whoa! Hiya!
Oh,
Alright, so let me know when
We have
everyone's
3
rolled.
characters here who are relatively obsessed with fire. This is great.
Alright. So everyone's rolled?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, 20 to 25?
24.
24. I am assuming you have the higher dex. Keck.
I've got +3.
Okay,
Oh, I rolled a 26. Sorry.
26. So you actually go first, Rufus. Okay. Agnes, what did you get?
I got a 9.
9. And Grom, what did you get? Grom?
He's got a 0, I guess.
James?
James,
Sorry? Oh, sorry. My initiative was 7.
7. So you're actually somehow lower than Agnes still. I like
Yes.
you staying in character for initiative. Very fitting. Fantastic. So, Rufus, you're actually going to go first. And you said you wanted to be running after this guard that's just booking as fast as he can, but you go first. So, what's the plan?
Feline speed. My movement is now 90.
90.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he thinks he's making it, and suddenly you're like next to him, you're past him, you're wherever you want to be. So,
What's up, brah? And I punch him right into a sensitive spot.
alright, roll an attack.
Ooh,
Lift them in the front butt.
that is
Oh,
not
you never asked my initiative.
I have you, because you said you got 24 as well, right?
No.
No, what did you get?
I got 16. I didn't say my initiative.
Oh,
That
no,
must have been somebody else.
you know, I heard 2 people talk at once, and I assumed it was you and, but oddly enough, you're actually in the same spot you were at before, because you,
Okay.
yeah, so it all
Alright.
works out.
It all works out.
So,
as the gods will it.
yes, as the gods will it.
Do you mind?
So,
Dude,
what did
stop
you
it.
get to hit there, Rufus?
That's only a 13.
13? That will miss in this case.
Another one.
Another one.
Yep. Oh my god. That's a 3, but I'm gonna use another luck point to re-roll that.
Okay.
Because fuck that. Table, come on. There we go. It's not good. 14.
14, that will miss.
Wow.
Yeah.
So-
Fuck it. Flurry of blows.
Alright.
Oh my
Never.
fucking god. 12. And and another 13.
Alright, so Rufus, you run in front of this guy, you go, "Sup, bro?" and you swing at him, and he like takes a step back. You swing again, he takes another step back, but at this point you're already into the combo, and you just start flowing, showing him your moves, but he's like 3 feet to the side as you're like showing off, and you haven't quite caught up because whatever you were smoking is just so good. But you look awesome. The style is there, you know.
Hold still.
Alright. So then we get to this guy. He looks at you, and like he like looks around, and he just bolts hard to like the left, just trying to get around you. But you definitely like he looks scared, even though you didn't lay a hand on him yet. He's still like he looks shaken by this encounter, and he's running as hard as he can. But to you, even in this foam, he still looks like he's like almost standing still. Keck. And
Yes.
Samit, you're up next to know what you want to do. What would you like to do,
Right.
Samit?
Oh,
Keck first.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, That was confusing.
Sorry, there's a lot of names here. I'm still loading.
Okay, so there's this guy and no other creatures are within 5 feet of me, right?
I mean, Grom's there. Grom's like pretty close.
Yeah, but like no other enemy creatures.
Nope.
So because of my rakish audacity, I sneak attack.
Okay.
I am going to swing at him with both of my kopeshes. That is not good. One of them is 13 and the other one is 14. 20. So a dirty 20 and a 13.
Okay, both of those were the 13 misses, 20 hits.
13 misses, 20 hits. Yep. But that's still enough to get a sneak attack off. And I am going to... How dead do I think you guys want it?
That's up to you, but you gotta decide now in the moment.
I'm gonna Searing Smite him while I'm at it. So that's 4 fire damage. And 16 slashing damage.
Okay. As you like lash out towards this guy, right? He still hasn't drawn his sword, and he like tries to like take a step back as he reaches for it. But you bear into him really quick, slashing him again and again. Sparks flying against the mail where your sword drags, leaving like that fire damage behind. Samit, it is your turn. Agnes, you're up next after the guy, so just be ready for that.
All right. How far away am I from him?
You probably stayed a bit away, so you're probably, you can be anywhere from 30 to 20 feet to 10 feet if you wanted.
Oh, okay. Ooh. If I'm 10 feet away, I'm actually going to try and grapple him.
Okay, so you want to get on in there?
Yeah, I didn't think that I was that close.
Well, I mean, if you
you
want,
don't have to
you
do
could
that.
be farther back, right? If you wanted to, because you guys were all
No, I
running up
like
together.
that I'm that close. I just thought that I was further back.
No, you guys were all running
So
together.
it'll just be a strength check, right?
Yep.
All right.
And
Oh yeah, you're a strengthy wizard.
Well, sort of ish.
What did you get?
Yes. 15.
15.
Maybe.
That will be enough to like subdue him as he's still like, he's like put his hand down to grab his sword, so his hands are like very close together, and you like run up and you bear hug him, stopping him from drawing his weapon.
Awesome.
Then we get to his turn, and he's going to kind of struggle against you, and it's still not quite enough, but he like gets a dagger out and he tries to stab at you, but he misses wildly with this awkward little angle. Agnes.
So he didn't make that grapple?
He is grappled and he's trying to
I did.
stab the wizard, but he's unable to.
So I grappled him.
Yeah. So he's getting bear hugged by the wizard.
What is that? Like from me.
Fucking Carolina White.
And Grom, you're up next, so be ready.
How far away is that happening from me?
Again, because you were walking up at the same time, you can be anywhere from like 30 feet to 5 feet or 10 feet if you want.
Yet?
So I didn't catch that?
Is that guard dead yet?
No, he hasn't. Like, he's been slashed, he looks bloody, but he's still alive. And the other one is dodging Kung Fu Boy.
Okay. Is he around? Is the one that's slashed in melee with anyone?
Yes, he's being grappled by the wizard, and he's in melee of Keck. The other one is probably about 60 feet away from that encounter, and he's he's made his way around the monk and he's in no melee range of anyone.
Okay, can I move forward a bit? Like, probably like 10 feet, and then cast Polymorph on the guy who got away, getting away.
Yeah, what would you like to turn him into?
Can I turn him into a snail?
We can definitely try. What's your DC?
15.
15. Yeah, so as he's running, suddenly you watch as like he just kind of like blinks out of existence. And you know where to look, and you indeed see a tiny little snail, the moonlight like glancing off of its shell, being like the only speck of light against this dark road.
Okay, well, I'll move as close as I can to it, and in my turn.
Alright, Grom. You,
So currently in front of me, the wizard is cuddling with the guard
yes,
and has been proceeded to be stabbed by the jackal.
Slashed.
yes.
I slashed,
Murdered.
not stab.
He's bleeding profusely from his chest, where he has like this giant red X.
Did the fox person grab onto my fur when I asked him to? Like,
You
hold on
think
tight?
you feel it? I mean, you know, you're pretty big, you're pretty beefy, you got a tough hide, but you think someone's pulling your hair.
I'm going to reach down with both hands, and I'm going to cup either side of the guard's head. Like, why take person castle?
Right? Is that going to be your tone?
Yeah, and then I'll just, I'll hold my action in case he tries to move.
Okay, what do you want to hold it to do?
I want to grapple him.
Grapple him as well. Alright, Rufus, you do these crazy moves in front of this guy, and he skirts around you, and he gets about 30 feet, and then you watch as he just disappears, and suddenly you just see a little snail where he once stood.
Oh, did I do that? Yeah. I'm gonna go up to him, pull off a patch from my cloak, which turns into a silver coffer, and I'm gonna put the snail inside.
Okay, so you scoop the snail up into the little coffer. You think he's secure. We get to the snail's turn, and you feel like this little metallic tink of the shell against like the side of this coffer. And then we get back to Kek's turn.
Yes. I am going to take a half step back, like still within like that melee range. But I'm holding my action in case he like breaks out of the grapples to like flash.
Okay.
I'm waiting to hamstring essentially.
How long does polymorph last? Just out of curiosity.
An hour.
I think it's an hour.
Right. Well, in that case,
Yeah.
we could drop initiative here if you guys want, as we get to the gouge initiative. And he's like, he like, kind of struggles, but there's like a lot of heart into it. And he's just like, I demand you let me go. I want official business.
Why take friend to castle?
If you let go, I'll talk. And he like looks
No.
towards you, Samit.
No let go, only talk, or I squish.
Okay.
Why would I do that?
Okay, I'll tell you. I was just asked by Yenvir to go get Tora. And he like looks up towards the fox. I don't know why, I don't ask questions, I just work here.
We should have asked some questions.
I,
Yeah.
Yenvir.
You might have answers. And those answers could save your life right now.
Yenvir's the daughter of the Lord. Please, look, you shouldn't be attacking guys like this. You're gonna be in a lot of trouble, but we can smooth this out. We can talk about it.
And you shouldn't be abducting citizens like this.
I'm not
I understand.
Abducting. It's official business. And Tora's up
Oh.
there, and she's just like, you know, she's not saying anything. She's just kind of like watching this unfold, and she's definitely out of her element, and she's just like, kind of like, oh, fuck.
So, and I'm just gonna like look at the rest of the party. Grom, let go.
You feel like the guy's head, like, in a nodding motion against your hands.
Like just ready to squish like a grape. So squish or go.
No.
Not
just kill him and then
sure.
we leave the bar of vultures.
And I'm just gonna start squeezing tighter.
I say we capture him.
He starts like screaming against like ah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
cast
pull
magic.
out a pair of manacles and quickly like remove the furry bits off of them. I've got handcuffs.
Move the foot.
Handcuff him.
You have fuzzy handcuffs.
And then I'm just gonna slowly release the pressure.
Ah,
Could
thank
I
God.
say that I've got a bit of cloth?
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
I actually have a set of manacles from my Monster Hunters pack.
No, I also want to like cover up his face.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh, we gonna gag him too? Shush.
If you want, that might not be a bad idea.
So I'm gonna secure the manacles on this man.
Yeah. What are you gonna gag him with? I got some rope.
Your socks are pretty nasty.
Actually, no, I don't.
So you go to gag him and he talks to you guys. He goes, look. If you want, I can take you. I can take you to Yinvir. You guys can talk to her. She'll have all the answers you want. Okay?
That one sounds like a good option.
That does.
Okay.
What do you
Go.
think, Agnes?
I'm just talking to Rufus right now, like, yeah, you can find these in gardens at any time of the year, but especially after rain.
I think Agnes would be down.
Yeah, you,
All right, let's go.
you guys are like peering into his little coffin. It's cute. Like you've never seen a snail so determined to get out, and it's like almost like ramming itself again and again against the side of the coffin.
Oof.
He looks
I kind of
It actually has
snarl. I kind of snarl in the ear of the guard. I know people have been disappearing. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this and figure out exactly what's happening.
I'm gonna push the guard ahead.
Okay,
I'm
he,
gonna give him a
Push him
very
forward.
toothy smile. I wouldn't suggest running. He's excited to squish something, and your head looks very squishable.
okay, nice and slow. You got it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
pick up a
Take off
fox.
the manacles. If you run, I will catch up to you. Or Rufus will.
Just as a
Or Fireball.
heads
There
up,
are options.
I'm just gonna
Lots of
quickly
options.
post this picture of what the keep looks like into the thing. But it's night now, so keep that in mind. You know.
And I'm going to pick up the little fox buddy, and I'm going to put him gently on the ground.
Okay. She just
Little
kind of
friend, go.
she like gives you a little bounce. Thank you. I would thank you if you had time, but it looks like you're in a bit of a rush, so thank you.
Run, little friend.
I suggest going home and locking the doors.
She like nods at you guys and like she turns and she like runs off down the road back the way that.
Remember to wear green! It'll keep you safer! The gods told me!
As we're moving the guard to the keep, I would like to have my my glaive out and at the ready, just in case he tries to run.
Okay.
Now, does anybody have anything green to wear before we go in there? I had a dream, and we all died because we weren't wearing green.
I'll rip up a patch of grass and like smear it on my face.
My tattoo that I have that's magic, I can change the shape and color of, so I turned it into a green armband tattoo.
My hairballs are usually green.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna rip up some more grass and put it on his head.
I'm gonna start
And then-
rummaging through my stuff
Yeah.
and tie like a bright green ribbon around one ear.
And then Grom just has like
Just
just
a face
has
full of
moss
grass.
growing in his feathers.
I have a green unibrow at the moment.
Yes. Oh. All right. So I guess we start going.
Yep. So you guys start making your way up here. And again, like this guy keeps like just trying to talk to you a little bit. He's like, look, when we get there, just let me go, and I'll leave, and everything will be fine, okay?
I'm gonna do an insight just to see how honest he seems.
Okay.
Rum squish.
No. Thank you.
Oh, I only rolled 7, so yeah.
Only a 7. Well, I mean, you can tell he's scared, but like usually you rely mostly on like seeing features to tell if someone's lying or their body language. And he's manacled, so you can't really tell from his hands, and it's dark, so you can't really see his face. You're just going off of like the shake in his voice more than
Yeah.
anything else. And it's
Once we get close to the keep, though, I'm going to take off the manacles, just so it's less sus.
okay. He kind of like rubs at his wrists a little bit. And he goes, "You should have left the fur on." But you walk up, and he looks around weird. He goes, "Usually there's other sentries here. I guess we can just continue on then." And he keeps walking, and you guys get to like the.
You no run from Grom.
Have you noticed anything strange happening with the guards lately?
I wouldn't say with the guards, no, but DnD has definitely been having more friends over lately, and it's a little weird that she keeps asking us to escort them and whatnot. But
And the sentinels not being here is also strange.
strange indeed. And you guys walk up, and like the doors are open to the keep, and he goes, "That's strange too."
Is it like a drawbridge, or is it just like a main?
You guys have
main
walked past it, actually, and it was never a drawbridge. It's just a cobblestone that makes its way across the water into this place.
Right.
And he like looks at it at like this spanning opening, and he just goes, "Should I call out, or do you want to just head to where she told me to bring Tora?"
Keep going.
Think we should just keep going.
Look, I'm feeling a little uneasy
I'm going to
here.
pat you on the shoulder. Don't worry, I'll be around, and I'm going to like hide in the shadows and start following people
Okay, you
from
can
the shadows.
roll a stealth. Is anyone else doing anything else in this, or just following along?
I think everybody. I actually say I think everybody should keep their head down.
Easy for you to say.
This is
I'm
actually,
7 foot tall.
this is actually the first building you haven't had to stoop down in. It's nice. What did you get for your stealth kick?
27.
Right. Is anyone else rolling stealth, though?
Yes, and I got 17.
Okay.
Rufus also.
With a 4, what I noticed that everyone has dropped their posture to try and sneak. I rolled a 4 for perception.
Full. No, you're actually just kind of like, you like walk in, and you're like, "I want to stretch out," and you're like, "You were just outside, you idiot. You were already stretched out," and you go, "But it's nicer in here. It's colder in here. It's like a cave." And like you're just kind of like reminiscing of like how nice and roomy it is, and you want to use the word airy, but you're inside and it's not so airy. And you're kind of like distracted by how to describe the interior of this place. What did you get, Rufus?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And Agnes, are you being stealthy, or are you picking fights with the tapestries?
I'm just going to continuously be messaging the guard and being like, "If you lie to us, I'm going to feed you into the mouth of hell itself."
Alright,
Agnes.
Okay.
you guys are walking.
Grandma
Now that we're walking, now that we're walking decently far in, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay, I will get.
So, okay, sorry.
It's a 30-foot range, right?
Yes, I sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense it in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic.
How long does it last?
10 minutes, but I require concentration.
Got
And
it.
it can penetrate most barriers.
Got it. Alright.
But
So,
yeah.
alright, yeah. So it's like everything, but then there's like rules for lead and stuff. I'm aware of
Yeah.
detect magic, so I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yes.
So as you're like making your way in, partway through, the guard's like, he like looks towards you, Grum, and he goes, "Please, have her stop talking to me." And he looks towards Agnes, and you see she's just like staring at the back of his head. Please.
Egg
I
no
don't-
speak. Egg quiet.
He looks like he's like kind of like shaking at this point. He's like, guys, this is really creeping me out. I don't need more of this, please.
I don't know if it's wise to get in her way.
You keep walking. Show us, lady. Or squish.
Fine. And he starts walking, and you kind of like make your way through a few corridors here and there, and he's still talking. He's like, there should be more people here. Where is everyone? And eventually he like comes to this chamber, and he like looks at it and he goes, this is her room.
Do I detect anything?
Oddly enough, no, but if you want, you can roll a perception check.
Absolutely. Um, 14.
14. You don't detect magic, but you hear a weird, almost like a squelching sound coming from the other side of the door.
Also, just please be reminded that I've had my glaive out this entire time.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything now that you're at this door? And the guard's just kind of looking at you guys.
I got my blades in my hands, and I prepare a searing smite.
Okay.
Are we directly against the door? Or is it like 30 feet away? How?
He's like directly in front of it. It's like literally like he could reach out and touch it. And he's like looking at you guys.
I'm going to sweep him to the side, like gesture with my glaive, and then I'm going to try and boot fuck the door open.
Beautiful.
All right.
Roll a strength check.
Do the nat 20 do it?
That will do it.
Can you drop it?
So that is a 29 for door.
Alright.
Improvised picklock.
Improvised pick lock. You got it. So, this door kicks open, and you guys are greeted by a very odd scene. You see that in the center of this floor. And it's just kind of this writhing mess of flesh, and you can make out what seems to be a few other bodies that are like being dragged inside of this mess. We will all roll initiative at this point.
I look at the guard and just say, well, there's your lady.
I'm just gonna turn to him and say, go home.
Well, we'll see if you have a chance. We'll see. So let me know when everyone's rolled. Alright, 20 to 25. What did you get?
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So I'm assuming Keck has a higher dex than you.
I have a +2, so yeah.
Yeah, higher.
So then we get 15s to 20.
17.
17. Fantastic. Guess I should roll this thing.
Come here, crybaby.
And then we have 10 to 15.
10.
10 for Agnes. So Samit, what did you get?
I got 8.
Alright. Keck. It's in front of you as this door like comes in. It actually comes off of the hinges, as seems to be the go-to entrance for Grom and his heavy feet. It spirals in and it kind of like tricks off the floor once, twice, 3 times, landing flat and spiraling deeper into this chamber. It's a very big oval chamber. You see at the far back what seems to be a bed. You see what seems to be a desk that's like splintered underneath this monster, and you see several bookcases that look like they've been flipped over at some point as some sort of
No.
struggle played out in here. What would you like to do? Grom is currently in the doorway, but you could probably squeeze past him if you tried really hard. And then Grom, you're up next.
I there's a disgusting thing in there, yeah? How deep in the room is it?
It looks to be probably near the center of the room, putting it about, we'll say, 30 feet from you. So it's a
Okay,
60... It's probably about an 70-foot chamber, but this thing takes up 10 feet all on its own.
Sort of verify it's the thing in the very back of the room, in the middle of the room?
It seems to be in the dead center of the room. Where
Okay,
it
so it's
seems to
about,
have made its
like
home.
40 feet in?
I am going to like
30 feet. It's a 70 by 70, and this thing takes up 10.
I have one of my weapons in each hand. I'm going to duck under his legs and like gallop across the floor like a dog.
Okay.
Pop up and do and attempt to slash this thing into next week.
Okay. And you said you had a branding smite ready.
Searing.
Searing smite. Alright. Let's see what you got. Hit it.
That is a nat 20. And 9. And a 15.
And a 15. The natural 20 will hit. The 15 will miss.
Okay. And then just max damage on that, right?
So for that, you roll twice.
Oh yeah,
and you
yeah,
add
yeah.
the and so it's 2 of the dice, and then you add your mods on top of that.
And 23 to confirm.
You don't need to confirm. This is 5th.
Oh,
It's double
Right.
dice. Just double
Double
damage.
okay. But I do have a bonus action attack, so then that one would be a 23
That will hit.
since I rolled 20 anyways.
And let me know the kinds of damage you do. Fire. It seems to be
Okay.
weak too.
So the crit first, does this count as a sneak attack?
Don't you have your feature as a swashbuckler?
Yeah.
Then yes. If not, then no.
Yes, I do. I've got the right audacity. So then, 7 fire damage.
Okay.
And 22 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the second bonus action hit, that wouldn't get the
Sneak attack. No.
sneak attack bonus. But that is a 7 damage.
7 damage. So you run towards this thing popping up at like the last second, just short of it, and you slash out twice with its swords. The first hit goes through. Again, your sword with the fire kind of like leaving this weird kind of like mess behind it, almost as if the flesh is trying to melt away from the heat. And you kind of see this thing like gurgle and pop from the heat. But it's still there, whatever it is, and it still looks like it's going to do whatever it was going to do. Grom, your turn as Keck like passes between your legs, beelining towards this thing.
I'm gonna take all of my movement into it, and since I have reach, I should be able to be
10 feet away?
Yep.
Okay, Rufus, you're up next, so be ready, and then Agnes, you're up after that.
Would I get... If I were to only be 5 feet away, would that be a problem?
No.
Okay, then I'll be 5 feet away, just so I can ensure that it can't disengage from me.
Got it.
So I want to walk up, and then I would like to unleash proverbial hell with my glaive.
Okay, roll your attacks. Guessing you're doing all 3?
4, because I have action surge.
Got it. Plus your bonus action, so 5.
Yes. First one is an 18 to hit. Do you want me to just roll all the attacks
Yeah,
and then
roll
roll
all the
damage
hits,
later?
and I'll let you know which ones hit.
Okay, that one is a 2, so that doesn't hit. That one is a 13 plus 6, so
Yeah, so 2 have hit so far.
that's a 14. That one is a 19, which improved crit will be a crit.
Okay, so you crit with your bonus attack.
And then I crit on my my bonus action attack.
Yep.
So D4. Okay, so I'll just roll all the dice.
Is it all just slashing?
Yes.
Okay.
16, 20, 27, 34. Hmm, 48. Double that brings up to 57. And then my on that is 6, 9. So that brings it up to what's 58 plus 9? 67?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So 67.
Alright. So you move towards this thing, like kind of like going to a figure 8 pattern with your glaive, getting as many strikes as you can. It's almost blindingly fast when most of you are watching. Within these 6 seconds, you make 5 attacks as quickly as you can. One of them going wide, coming back in, and then another one. You missed 2, right?
I missed one.
1. Alright, so you weave your blade in super fast, cutting deeply into this thing, even at from such a far distance away. Then we get to this thing's turn. You watch as it kind of like splits backwards, leaving part of it in front of you to like kind of block it, but another part kind of moves off to the side, and it almost like goes to the far side, trying to get between you and Keck.
Would that be technically a disengage action?
No, because it's just a split, so it's kind of like a summoning creature.
Because Sentinel, creatures with my reach provoke attacks of opportunity even if they took the disengage action, along with Polar Master. So if anything moves my reach, I'm allowed to give an attack of opportunity to stop its movement.
Well, in this case, like
Because it's splitting and I'm still technically engaged.
well, I'm going to say like it's not disengaging because it didn't leave from your thing. It's already in there. It's just moving around, right?
Okay.
It hasn't moved away. It's moving towards. So there's no disengage here.
Yeah.
So-
But as long as it moves within my reach, I can attack it. Just reminder.
Well, I'll let you have one, and we'll see. Like, do you want to hit the one in front of you, or do you want to hit the new one that's trying to get around Keck?
The one that's moving.
Okay.
That's an 11 plus 6, so 17.
Yeah, that'll hit, but it'll still be in melee range.
Yep.
Alright, Keck, what is your armor class, and let me know what your damage is as soon as I talk to Keck here.
So that's 9 damage, and its movement goes to 0.
9 damage, right. Keck, does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that one will miss. Right, so you will get hit twice here, as this thing kind of like splits around you, and suddenly there's just... Yes?
Also, as a reaction, if it attacks anything other than me, I can also attack it.
But you only have
So I
one
get-
reaction.
Oh, because of attack of opportunity, right.
Yes. So,
I-
this thing starts moving towards you, and Grum lashes out again, making attack pretty much every second. Faster than you would imagine that such a simple creature could move. But he's not quite fast enough, as you soon find yourself almost surrounded by this wall of flesh, and like these teeth gnash out towards you. You get your hand away once, but another time it catches you around the forearm, and you're going to take 9 points of piercing damage as it like closes around you. And you will technically be grappled, so your movement will be 0, but you can make a strength on your next turn if you want to move away. You can still attack and everything though. Rufus, it is your turn as you watch this thing kind of like split, and it's trying to like surround your friends, if you want to call them that, your acquaintances in the room in front of you. And Agnes, you're up
Partygoer,
next.
fellow partygoers.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn to the guard and hand him the silver coffer.
With the
There's
snail.
like, yep, there's like a really good delicacy in there, but you have to just swallow it in one go without chewing. Whatever. I
Make-
step into the room.
Okay.
Make sure you take it with butter and garlic.
That is so messed up.
Oh, really? That's messed up. How high is the ceiling?
In this one again, it's pretty tall. We'll probably say about 12 feet high.
Does it have the kind of ceiling beams that you would be able to move across?
This one actually, because it's kind of like an oval, it's actually just a very nice dome sort of structure. But there's a chandelier.
Ooh. All right. Once again, feeling speed. I'm gonna climb up the wall and
Yeah.
move up to as far as up as I can and jump onto the chandelier if
Yeah.
that's above that.
Yeah, you can easily
Thing.
do that. You turn towards the wall, spit into your hands if you want, you bare your claws, and you're up that wall faster than Grum can attack. And soon enough, you're by or on top of the chandelier as you wish.
Okay, since this thing seems to be more useful than my attacks, I pull out another patch from my robe, and I would like to drop on the one that's attacking Keck. I'd like to drop a riding horse on top of it.
You got it.
An entire horse.
Do you
yeah,
happen to
an
have the
entire-
weight of this horse, or shall I figure it out for you?
Oh my god, that's in the DMG somewhere.
I'll find it then. Is that all for your turn while I look this up, and we can let Agnes
yeah,
go?
yeah, that'll be it.
Agnes, what do you want to do while I'm finding horse weights?
How close are both monsters to
I can look up horses for you.
No, I'm already on it. They're within
Okay.
30 feet from the doorway.
And are both creatures within 20 feet of people?
They're both really, like, technically right now, because it's only 12 feet high, Grom is there, Keck is there, and Rufus is all there. And Semi, you're up next, so be ready
Right.
with your turn.
Is there any way that I could attack the one closest to me
No.
with a cone of fire but not hit the other party members? Like, get right up on them?
Yeah, you could actually, like, go in and you could take, like, 15 feet around the room to your right or to your left, and then spew fire over it that way.
Okay, then I will do that and cast Burning Hands.
Okay, yeah. I think that's a dex save for the creature, yeah?
Yep.
Fantastic. That is a
Um,
fail. You can roll your damage, yes?
I
Okay.
looked up the horse stats for you, and the average horse needs to be about 14 to 17 hands high, depending on size.
I'm well aware, and I already have the damage dealt. I'm just waiting so I can
Okay.
describe it all at
25.
once. But
You got
thank you for your gusto. 25 points of fire damage, yeah?
Yep.
Is that going to be all for your turn, Agnes?
Yep.
Alright, so Semi, you're up next, but let me just describe this quickly. So, you look around quickly and you think to yourself, I don't want to hit my friends. And you tactfully move yourself deeper into this room, sticking to the wall, getting closer to this thing, as the same time that the other two move into this fighting position. And you put your hands towards it and you push forward, feeling like the spark of heat in your hands as you thrust forward. The same time that the fire is about to hit this beast, you watch as a host just drops directly in the way of this fire. It still passes over the creature, but the host as well goes up in flames. And the host starts like kicking around and is like winning. And it's terrifying watching this host first crash into this creature and then just start lashing out wildly in all directions.
Did it die?
Oddly enough, the host, let's see where its initiative is. It oddly enough goes in front of Samit, and you watch as this host, as quickly as it appears, throws a couple of hoofs and bolts out of here, mane still kind of singed with smoke trailing off behind it like a nightmare. Out like a shot, running to be free.
So I didn't reduce it to 0?
Unless you want to. Do you want it to be dead? I'll leave it up to you.
I get temporary hit points if I
Right,
do that.
then
to
in
any
that case, the host does indeed burn where it falls. And
Oh,
you watch
no!
instead as the creature kind of like starts to engulf this host, and it starts to like melt. But
No, that makes it even worse.
you do
Wait.
indeed get your hit points.
Wait, are we the bad guys?
It's a bad.
Grandma is definitely the bad guy.
Semi, it is your turn.
All right. So, how big is this room?
I was planning to cast Create Water
Again,
on the horse.
it is about 70 feet in total, with the creature in the middle taking about 10 feet.
About 10 feet, and they're still like about taking up 10 feet. They're right next to each other.
Yeah, about that. I mean, it might take up like 12 feet now that it's added the biomass of a host to it. But
Okay. So, centered on him, I'm going to cast Wall of Fire with the sculpt spells affecting 5 people because it's 1 plus spell level.
okay,
So I basically everybody in our group is completely immune to this Wall of Fire.
okay. Roll your damage.
Yeah, so it's 5d8 fire damage for anything that's inside of it.
5d8, and okay. It's the only one taking damage here. I've rolled a 2 and a 3 on my saving throw so far, so this creature is doing fantastic.
Wonderful. 1 sec, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah.
I don't think the princess is having a good time.
Yeah.
All right, that's 23 damage.
23 points of fire damage. So, as soon as this host starts going, you kind of think to yourself, not on my watch. And you, like, again, you reach out and you grab that sulfur, smearing it into your hands as you go. And as you, like, bring your hand up, one palm grinding against the other, fire shoots forward in the direction, going over your party. But as it goes, it kind of, like, wobbles or kind of, like, disappears weirdly, leaving these little alcoves around them. They're still standing within this fire, and it's still like blinding, and they feel the heat, but it doesn't burn them. But this creature, again, you can almost hear like this screeching sound coming from several mouths around this thing as the flesh bubbles and pops. Keck.
Awesome. I also wanted to, as a bonus action, yell, "You're safe in the fire, but it takes damage. Hide in the fire."
Keck.
Yes.
Your turn.
I am going to attempt to, like... I'm going to attempt to cut myself free.
Okay. So you want to just roll some attacks then? Grom, you're up next.
I'm going to roll some attacks here.
I imagine you're attacking too, so if you want, you can roll your dice to attack, just so then we have that fast. And just remember your numbers, and I'll let you know what hits, right?
Sorry for
So
who?
I've got 2 16s.
2 16s.
Yeah.
So ties go to the defender here. Right? So you kind of like, you don't quite connect.
Okay, I'm a little too panicked in my flailing to...
Yeah, you're flailing here, but every time you like dock out, you actually like, you're aiming at the mouth around you instead of like hitting anything else. You're like chipping away at the enamel of these teeth, and there's like the flaking, and it looks weaker. If you want, you can make a strength check for your to try to get away, and I'll give you advantage for that.
Yeah. That is 15.
15. Right, so you're knocking against this thing. Like, you're not doing damage, but you actually managed to knock some of the teeth out in, like, your mad struggle. Like, you're no longer grappled here. So you could run away if you want. Is that going to be
I'm going to disengage.
Okay, so cunning action, disengage.
Yep.
Alright, which way do you want to go?
Back towards the bugbear.
Back towards the bugbear. You got it. So you managed to get away, and like you kind of like push yourself off of this thing using your swords, and you like lower your posture, and you slide again back between his legs to get behind the bugbear.
What did
what did you get?
It's like a dog standing in between his legs, snarling angrily.
Right. Grom, did you roll your
Uh,
attacks?
Yeah, 2 17s and a 4. So my 4 was my my backhand with my
The
glaive.
2 17s will hit. The 4 will miss.
Yeah. It was 23 apiece.
Oh,
but,
23
Yeah.
piece. Alright, well, those hit.
And then I rolled 42 damage.
42 damage. Alright, so again, you start carving into this thing, and it's starting to look pretty bloody at this point. But we get to its turn, and then Rufus, you are up next. Are you doing anything else with your? Oh yeah, your bonus action was with the staff thing. Yep.
Yep.
So you are complete. All right. You let me know if an 18 and a 24 hit.
On to Rufus.
Onto you.
Oh, my AC is 18, so yes.
Yes. Okay. You will take 23 points of piercing damage as the mouse now start to close in and like try to get a hold of you. You can make another reaction as it splits again, trying to get around you.
It's trying to get past me?
It's trying to surround you, and we already gave you one reaction, so we'll keep it the same, and you'll get another.
Yes. So 14 plus 6, so that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That will hit. Roll your damage.
13 damage.
13
And
damage.
its movement stops.
So it starts moving towards you again, and again, you slash down, trying to like keep this thing at bay. And there's almost like 3 separate entities now, but they're still like kind of connected.
Is it connected by like tendrils on the ground, or is it just like how does it look like they're connected?
Looking down, it does indeed seem like there's some sort of weird network, almost like a membrane on the ground that's like connecting it all together.
Like it's still one creature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rufus, what would you like to do? But you will notice it is hitting you more
Oh.
and more and more. Before it was 2 attacks, this time it was 3 attacks.
So it ended its turn inside the fire circle.
Yep. So it'll be
It
taking
takes
more...
another 5d8 if it doesn't succeed.
Alright, let me know what that damage is. I rolled a 4.
Alright, that is 17 damage.
17, alright. Rufus, this thing below you is looking very bad. And you might have a chance here. What's your next action?
I'm gonna hop off of the chandelier on top of it, and midair bonus action, I'm gonna turn into a bear and come down on it with a claw.
Alright, roll your
Are you a
attack.
druid?
Partly, yes.
No, he's a cat.
Plus 4,
He's a cat bear. Bear cat. It's like an owl bear, but way, way worse.
22.
22, that will hit.
Okay. 6 plus.
You know how a cat will knock your water off of a counter? A bear cat will knock you off a cliff.
Just for no reason.
Just because you happen to be within range.
That is 9 slashing damage, and I'll make it a stunning strike.
Okay.
Constitution save, DC 14.
It looks unaffected.
Okay. Cool. And then I'll bite it.
Alright, roll an attack. Agnes, you're up next.
You're gonna bite that thing?
Apparently not. That's only
Okay.
a 16.
Alright. So you gotta bite this thing, but it also looks like it goes to bite you, and instead, you know, like that sound like teeth hit teeth?
Mm.
It's that.
Yeah.
As you guys are like, you know, just like the 2 jaws are just mashed together. Like
Sloppy
a
makeouts.
very, like a very, very violent French kiss.
I don't like that.
Alright. Fuck it. Fuck it. Flurry of
That's
blows.
how I kiss.
Flurry of bites.
Okay.
Alright,
2 more claw attacks.
2 more claw attacks.
Oh, that's good. 20 something. 23.
That'll hit.
6, 7. 10 slashing,
Okay,
and then a 21 to hit.
that will hit.
Finally. There we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another 10.
Another 10. Alright. So, as you're like gnashing your teeth against this thing's teeth, you like kind of like start swiping hard at it. Your bear claws just bringing like huge, tearing huge rends of flesh through this thing. It's weird because there isn't a lot of blood. Wherever you like separate it, almost just kind of like plops off. But whatever you are knocking off seems to like stop moving once it's away from the mound, and it kind of like shrivels in the heat of like this firewall that it finds itself within. It's probably doing a lot more to it than you guys would imagine, having this firewall on top of it. Agnes, your turn.
Okay. I will cast firebolt of something that's not in range with me. One of
Okay.
the creatures.
Roll an
Okay.
attack.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Alright, alright.
I like that number. Number's good.
Oh, what are we doing for natural 20s?
So you can either roll twice or you can roll once and double the dice damage and then add your bonuses on top.
Okay, so that's 11 damage rolled plus 1 for one of my items. That's 12 damage total.
12. Don't you have a higher level cantrip at this level?
Yeah, you should have 2d10 fire damage.
It is. Yeah, I rolled 2
Oh,
d10.
okay.
I got a 5 and a 6. Plus I get 1 on 1 dice roll, so that's 12.
Oh, but then you double that.
But then I double that to
Yeah.
24.
Yes, so 24 fire damage, which it's vulnerable to. So you actually, if you want, you can describe how this thing dies, or I can take it from here.
You can take it. I
Alright.
wasn't expecting that.
So,
DM, take the wheel.
so as like this thing is just getting mulched back and forth, you almost see like a face moving underneath the flesh, almost traveling like a tumor. And you aim for that, and you like throw this firebolt, this streak of fire comes out, and it almost like grabs some of like the wall of fire with it, and it kind of grows in size as it passes through this wall, causing a pretty decent explosion. And as soon as this thing like gets hit, it just kind of shudders and then goes very still and almost just kind of melts all around, almost like a gelatinous cube now, as it just kind of like sprawls, losing all form, all sense of structure, and it's just kind of like flesh pudding. And we can drop initiative here.
All right. I keep the wall of fire burning it. So it just keeps boiling and boiling away.
Is dead?
I'm making sure of it.
I'm just gonna start like flopping the mulch skin with my big hooves. Just gonna just like kick it when it's down, see if it's shifting or moving.
I
gonna
let it
piss on
go.
it.
I let my spell go for the entire full minute
Okay.
until it's finished burning.
I'm gonna
Once it
stand in the
stops
fire and
burning, I
pretend
start
I'm in
pissing.
hell.
What do we see now that No.
First, what were you going to say, Agnes?
Say, while it's burning, I'm gonna stand in the fire and pretend I'm in hell.
are you gonna laugh?
Salem witch trials.
Yeah, like my arms out.
Woo!
It's pretty neat, isn't it? I walk into the fire as well.
You oddly enough, like inside this fire, you take a lot of comfort, Agnes. It almost feels like you're being welcomed home. Rufus, what are you
I'm just
doing during
rummaging
all of
for
this?
treasures while I wait for the fire to go out.
Hold on, I just need to see what Rufus is doing as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to stay in bear form.
Stay in bear. Alright.
Actually, I'll stick my head out the door and see if the guard is still there.
You stick your head out and it's empty, gone. You guys are just kind of once again alone in this seemingly abandoned keep. Keck is behind you, and you hear the sound of them rummaging through stuff, and you hear the sound of Agnes kind of giggling to herself, or maybe even cackling as she dances around in the fire, and everything just still seems off. That's where we will end today's one shot.
I think Grom is
It
gonna go
doesn't
back.
feel like a one shot if you end it there, so.
I'm afraid that's all I have, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for
I think
tuning
Grom's gonna go be a dancer.
in.
How are you gonna
I'm gonna
find a
loot.
tutu that
I'm
fits?
gonna loot. Oh, sorry. What did you say?
How are you gonna find a tutu that fits?
We will steal
I have a new friend.
and sell
He'll
them
make it for me.
together.
I almost guarantee the Lord's daughter's bed has one of those canopies. We could make it out of that.
You mean like these?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
We're gonna
speaking of
pull
Lord,
it up.
speaking of Lord's daughter, I'm sure there's some valuables that we can take. It's the least that the town owes us, and Merit Keck, do you think we're just gonna head out of town, go somewhere new?
Probably. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take everything that isn't anything that is
Bolt it
valuable
down.
and not nailed down. I am taking it.
Goodbye, guys.
Yeah,
That
and
was
at this
fun.
point,
I hope you have a good night. I'll see you
they
next
owe
time.
us.